Hey, it's Tuesday again. I'm so glad to be here, and Lexi has also said I should have a Butterfinger. She's trying to sweeten me up for my stream here. And Lexi also did tier 1, subscribed for 18 months, currently on a 17-month streak. It's been a while. August 20, we get the second Anno 117 DLC. Well, fantastic. I need to go look at the first DLC. Unfortunately, by the way, I have my Butterfinger right here in front of me. Okay, Robert, hit it.
Hello, hello.
What's this? Larry June?
Well, the message works. Hey, guys.
It does?
He posted something.
Yeah? Yep.
Cool. So what you been up to this last week, Doc?
Oh, building on that silly... Oh, building on my workshop, and it's getting to the boring phase where you're just putting in insulation and wallboard and insulation and wallboard and more insulation and more wallboard, and it's just, oh man. And it's been tiring. It's been really tiring. All the electrical is done. All the lights are up on the ceiling. Installed 2 ceiling fans, big 72-inch ceiling fans in the on the ceiling over this last week. The lighting works great. You go flip on a switch. That's great. I love it. The next thing I have to do, actually, all the electrical is not completely done. I lied. I'm sorry. I need to install the outside part of the electrical that the electric company will hook into, because the electrical from the outside, I've bought all the stuff, and I've got one more piece coming later this week to actually install the last piece. For some reason, our electric company wants it in 2 boxes. The main box that has the meter, and then an additional box below that has the master breaker switch. And so the master breaker switch piece is the part I'm missing. They were out of stock of that item at the time. So as soon as that comes in, I'll be able to assemble it all, put it on the wall, and call the electric company and have them come get it hooked up. So
and right now we're just powering it from the well house, right?
Yeah, we just ran a 30 amp. We just ran a 30 amp line from the well house to the shop, because they're right next to each other, and it's the big house well house. We've got 2 well houses on our property. We have the old one that's servicing Robert's apartment, my house, and that's it. Robert's apartment, my house, and it's a small one. It's not really robust. And what came about was we wanted to know whether that one could power also the big house, and they said no. There's no way that ours would keep both busy. So we sunk a new well in for the beach house, and that well house is where we're grabbing a 30 amp line from their house. And oddly enough, we have not broken a breaker switch the whole time. We can have all the lights on and a few tools like a chop saw and a drill, and we've used those and still not broken the breaker. So
How
that's
many?
goodness.
What size amp break are you putting on the whole workshop?
It'll be 100 amp total.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it'll
We'll
be
be able to do a whole lot more in there
yeah.
in the future.
Yeah, we risk it. When we use the chop saw, you can see the lights dim for a sec while the chop saw
Yeah.
powers up. So the strength of that line is being texted.
Okay.
So that's good. So thank you to Larry June for being here. Appreciate you coming. We do have 19 people in 21 people now in YouTube, and one person has chimed in. We only have 9 people. YouTube is just shellacking Twitch today with only 9 viewers on Twitch at this point. So hey, that's fine. Yeah, that'll increase as time goes on. We have 3,600 followers now in Twitch.
That's incredible.
Yeah, and that's slowly growing. We're over 150,000, of course, in subscribers in YouTube. And Spencer Wright has come. Says, good morning, Doc and family. Thank you for being here. Appreciate you. All right. Well, let's go to the game and let's let people know what I'm currently working on. Oh, by the way, this is a weather stream again.
Yeah.
When I look at my weather app on my phone, it is predicted to be 99 tomorrow, 100 on Thursday, 100 on Friday, 101 on Saturday, 101 on Sunday. So for the next 5 days, it's going to be between 99 and 101 with about 50% to 60% humidity, which right where they're saying that when it hits the high today of 97, it'll feel like 102.
Yeah.
So, and the humidity level, they're saying at 47%. So it hovers right around 50% when it gets that hot. And it just, you can't go hide in the shade, unfortunately.
Nope.
The humidity catches you even in the shade. So,
And that's 37 point something, high 37 in Celsius.
wow, that's a lot. Coin Collector says good morning and flipping Murlocs. What's a Murloc that you flip? That's funny. Oh, is the doggo in the base unlockable or a mod? No, that's fancy artwork from Robert to go get a doggo and put it on a bed and make it all look fancy. And so
Yeah.
I've got a pet doggo in my office.
Yeah, this is all extra art stuff that I've added to the base.
Yep.
So our custom posters and stuff like that.
Yep. So like the Ping Players poster up there, and it's a good reminder that we have Ping Players as a sponsor. They've sponsored us for almost a year now. They started in August of last year, and that's right, it is August, so it's been a year. Wow, time flies. So Ping Players, use Doc 35 and get 35% off if you want to have a server and play with friends. It's not all that expensive for a small server. If you get the level servers that they have provided us, you pay $400 a month, but they provide that to this channel for free, which is really, really cool. And we have an event that you're going to start seeing in September, and that is going to be really exciting. And we're in the process of making the videos for that as well. Okay. Oh gosh, just finished phase 5 on Sunday for Coin Collector. First playthrough.
Congrats.
Okay. How many hours did it take Coin Collector to get through it the first time to finish phase 5? I'd be curious to know. That would be good to know. That for everybody else too. So, all right. Should I buy Star Rupture? It is a good game. I enjoy Star Rupture. Okay. I need to make more videos, but with me slammed about trying to get the shop complete so we can build some kitchen cabinets and get the beach house with a kitchen. I've been I have been really burdened with working on that. That's why only the one stream a week at this point, but we're going to add another stream pretty much. 337.8 hours. That is very specific. So, 337 hours of gameplay to get beginning to end. And that's probably building what you had to build to get done with the tiers, and then get done with the tiers, and get done with the each of the phases one step at a time, following that pattern and path all the way through. And 337 hours, that's pretty respectable. Now you can start playing with it and having fun, going to different areas. Different starting areas give you a whole different perspective on the world and the layout of the game. So each one presents its own different logistical challenges in getting stuff here and there and building your factories. So that looks like it'll be a lot of fun for you. All right, I am copying the settings here. I forgot to copy the settings when I started building this line, so I'm gonna have to paste a bunch here. I'm building a concrete line at this point. And hopefully, okay, that's the last machine. And I have my miner here, and I did sink the miner so that it wouldn't protrude above that there. And of course, you see the lift here is sunk down into the ground as well.
You're still able to get the lift to attach, huh?
I was still able to get the lift to attach.
Wow.
It was a little bit tricky. I had to point it at the machine itself, the part that I could see. In order to do it, I couldn't point at the opening like I would usually do.
Sure.
But it still worked.
Huh.
It still worked.
Cool.
And you can see that it's lifting. So that is good. So I am going to hook this up and get them started, at least filling their buffers. So let's get some splitters.
Coin collector said on, what was that glitchiness?
Yeah. I don't know.
Interesting. He says, no trains, no trucks, just drones and nuclear power.
Okay, and nuclear power too. Ooh. You are good at making blueprints or something, because that's moving through pretty quick if you were able to also do power. Oh dear.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
And Emery Wind is here, says hello.
Okay. I'm going to either have to point that a different direction or something.
Yeah, I do enjoy Star Rupture as well. It's obviously not as far in development as, as Satisfactory is, but they're consistently putting out new content, and it's been fun.
Yeah, it has. And I went through my first upgrade of the oh, come on. Really? You're not going to let me? Okay. That's fine.
Shatner's Bassoon says, despite hating factories, I love this game.
Shatner's Bassoon. That is an interesting name. Are you Bassoon player by chance? If you are, that would be fun.
The only Shatner I know is William Shatner. So, and I can't think of any connection there. Shatner's Bassoon says, I also despise conveyor belts, but I've built miles of them in Satisfactory.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So this works if I offset it a little bit, give it a little bit more space. So Okay. Very good. Now let's get some power off to these things. Boom, boom.
Okay.
What?
Shatner's bassoon is a reference.
Okay. To?
In 1997, there was a British television show called Brass Eye that invented a fictional part of the brain called Shatner's bassoon. And it's been spoofed many other times. There's an experimental jazz and noise band from England formed in 2010 by that name as well. So, 'tis but a meme.
Okay. This is too weird.
What's going on?
I did a merger, and I placed this one and then placed that one, and they flipped. They flipped in the middle of me placing this one and that one. You know me and that goofy stuff. Between each one, they should stay the same way. And they usually do. And they usually do. Except when they don't.
The Cult of Cody says, I've been addicted to Ore Factory Squad for the last week.
Am I going to be able to eat my Butterfinger here pretty soon? I mean, I can't eat it unless Ada says so.
Oh, okay.
Nutritional protocol update. You are now authorized to consume 1 Butterfinger. This is not a reward. It is a calculated morale adjustment. Do not attempt to exceed the quota. Consequences will be both immediate and sticky.
I always love that one.
That's a good one.
By the way, for those of you who have never heard Ada before, we have a voice emulator where Robert can put in anything that he wants to and talk to me through Ada during the live stream. Now, did everybody hear Ada?
It appears as though they did.
It appears as though they what?
It appears as though they did.
Okay.
Waiting for confirmation though. Whitestone Industries is here though. He says, good morning. How goes it?
But he's mourning. He's not saying how good morning. He's mourning. What are you mourning? Did somebody die?
Oh. Doc the pedant.
Doc the what?
Pedant.
Are you saying I'm being pedantic?
Yes.
I still like my Butterfinger nonetheless.
Yeah.
Pedantic or not.
And Cody confirmed that they can hear it. So.
Fantastic. Welcome back, Ada.
We're not going to start wrestling. Nope, not this morning.
Robert is not talking about him and me wrestling, by the way, guys.
I'm talking about a pair of golden retrievers. One of which is only 2 years old and loves wrestling with his mama, who's here.
And she gets tired of it before he does. Okay.
She's learned to just go lay down and pretend to be asleep whenever he decides to fight like that. So Lexi, the tool is back, but I don't have it plugged into Twitch just yet. Right. So we can't have text-to-speech redemptions. That should come next week. Yep, and Whitestone's membership is now past the threshold that his little icon is gold now.
All right.
So he says that we should replace the golden wrench with a golden coffee cup. Nico Castle says hello from Satisfactory Noob in South Africa.
All right. Wow, that's a ways away. Changing hemispheres even.
Hello, hello.
And they're faced the wrong direction. Now, I don't know how I could have done that, because I thought for sure I had flipped it the right direction. But you know me in direction. Now, that needs to go that way. Yeah, I did have it wrong.
Lexi says, good, then Ada can tell Doc that he's been a bad boy as his inefficiency in Caterium factories has reached new heights.
Huh? In other words, I don't build Caterium factories? All I do is make quick wire and I call it good? Well, guess what? That's the end of my platform. That took the ones I've got up.
And this is the quick play world, right?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, you're almost done.
Yep.
That's right.
And I actually am having a lot of fun building big factories in my quick play world. And I've got an alternate recipe for heavy modular frames that I'm working on right now that includes concrete. So
cool. Grey Haven says, hi Doc, recently got into Satisfactory and your content has been super helpful for tips and tricks.
You bet. Thank you. Glad you could find them useful. Because I found them useful when I was learning the game.
Buddy says, hey Doc, have you ever tried Satisfactory Plus? I think you'd love it.
We got a good tour of Satisfactory Plus on our members live stream yesterday, or last Friday. And I have to say, wow. That's a lot of extra detail. A lot of extra detail. I think I might just start a world on my own just for my free play time and enjoy a little bit of it. I don't know that it's very viable for live streaming or for what should I say? Live streaming or making videos of it because it's so much different than regular Satisfactory. So
Yeah.
but it is a fascinating world. It is a fascinating world to play, that's for sure. Okay. There, we've got stuff coming in. Good. And that'll start making some concrete. Good, good.
Buddy says, I would definitely watch you do a playthrough of it.
Oh. Well, you know, we'll have to see how that goes.
Lexi says, oh no, I missed that live stream. The member stream on Friday.
Yeah, you missed yeah, we did. We missed you. That's true. We missed you. I think we had about 5 people there. I think it was.
Yeah.
So it was pretty cool.
If you would, we're going to be doing those pretty much every Friday for this month. So if you show up again on Friday, you could do that.
Yeah, we're getting more regular on doing those. Mostly because by Friday, I'm just dead. I sat in my chair today and just just, oh, just don't move. My back doesn't hurt if I don't move. You know, it's just tired.
Mm-hmm.
And last night I went to bed an hour early. I usually go to bed at 9, get up at 5. Okay, that's my usual schedule. I went to bed at 8 and turned over, went right to sleep. It didn't take me long at all. And my wife says I turned off the alarm this morning. I don't remember it, but I turned off my alarm and slept another hour and a half after that. So it's been one of those things where, you know, my body has needed a lot more rest while I've been working. This 68-year-old body is struggling to keep up. That's for sure.
You know, it might help if your alarm wasn't set for 4:30 in the morning.
It's set for 5. I told you 5, not 4:30. He loves to tease me about staying on my Boeing work schedule.
Look, you lived on the West Coast for most of your working life.
Yep.
And when you live on the West Coast, you get up early.
Yep. Because most of your business compadres, the people that you do business with, especially, you know, because I worked at Boeing, so I dealt with Boeing South Carolina, Boeing Philadelphia, you know, all of those facilities on the West Coast that also dealt with the data that I provided. And so, yeah, you got up at 5 because it was already 8 o'clock their time. I moved to the Central Time Zone over in Missouri when I transferred from Seattle to Missouri, and I go in there at 5 o'clock, like usual, and I go, where is everybody? I had to turn the lights on. Nobody was there yet, and I waited a good hour and a half to 2 hours before anybody showed up. And they wondered, how long have you been here? So, yeah, I started going to work later after that experience. But
Not much.
yeah, not much.
It also means that Doc, like any old man, is asleep by 8 p.m. every night.
Like any old man. Oh, come on. My normal go to bed time for the last several decades, has been, 9 o'clock. So that's not unusual.
No, it's not. Whitestone says, that thing at the end of the week last week almost killed me, Doc.
Really?
He put in the hours.
Yeah. Yeah. But it showed. Nico still took the prize, didn't he?
We're not going to talk about that.
We're not?
But yes, you are correct.
Yes. Okay. That's right. We're not talking about that, are we?
No, we're not.
I mean, what prize? Who's talking about a prize? What prize? Okay.
Whitestone says, I've been there. Alarm went off, turned it off, then forgot I did that. I've put my alarm out of reach now.
So you have to get out of bed? Oh, dear. That is one tactic I've heard of before.
There's one alarm clock I've seen that I had one friend who used that the alarm clock, it has wheels on it. And it doesn't have a normal snooze button, but if you hit it, it will snooze. But it'll also intentionally drive away from you. So it's supposed to fall off your nightstand and just like drive across the room till eventually the fact that you have to go get it. It's really funny.
So if you hit snooze, that activates it driving away?
Yeah. So the next time it rings, it's farther.
So the next time you got to go find it, huh? Oh, that's silly. That would be too funny.
Uh-huh.
In the era of AI and AI driven stuff, I can see more of those kind of crazy things being invented.
Oh yeah. Harry Thomas asks, is that a mod, how you are able to drag the walls in 2 dimensions?
Yes, it is. This particular mod is called Infinite Zoop. And another odd thing you'll notice is that this is a constructor, and this is attached directly to the constructor. And that is a mod called Snap-on. And one interesting thing about Snap-on is you see right here, for some reason you can see
Weird.
one unit of whatever it is. I first noticed it on a copper wire line where you could see the edge of a copper wire here, and here it happens to the raw materials as well. It appears on both sides, I believe. Nope, just on the one side. But kind of weird, kind of strange. Now, I'm still not using up all of the raw materials here, so let's build more. Okay. There we go. I ought to blueprint the constructor with the splitter on one end, on the inside, the input end, and the merger on the output end, just so that I place go ahead and place it.
Not quite.
Not quite. Do I do it anyway?
No.
The merger's in there.
No.
No.
It's red. You can't.
Oh, I can't do it.
Yeah.
Okay. Surface is too uneven. I thought you can hit H and make it work.
That is true. You can.
Yeah. So I can put it right there.
Just put it in another foundation.
Okay. Okay. I'll be nice. I'll be obedient to my editor.
Fixit does not approve of mods. Fixit does, however, approve of the increased efficiency. Carry on, Doc.
Okay. It approves of the efficiency, it just doesn't approve of mods. Well, that's an interesting thought.
Well, I mean, you have operating procedures for everything, and they wouldn't be mods if they were the standard operating procedures, so.
That's true. So in other words, it'll turn its back on mods if it increases efficiency.
Yeah. We'll just forget that you've done it.
Okay.
Yeah. Whitestone says Infinite Zoop and Infinite Nudge are pretty awesome quality of life mods that just make gameplay better.
Yeah. It just makes it easier.
Yeah.
And Infinite Nudge, I will just go around here. I'm going to go around here and put the mergers going back that way, and then go show them what Infinite Nudge does as well.
And Harry Thomas says Daisy Chaining Machines is the best update ever.
Oh, no kidding. No kidding. I love that update.
And to be honest, a lot of new features they added were mods. About half the features of Infinite Nudge were added to the base game, you know, and Daisy Chaining Power was a mod as well. So.
Yep.
New Twitch guy asks, what are you working on today, Doc?
Well, I am working on a concrete factory at the moment so that I can get concrete for my heavy modular frames. So as soon as I get done with this row of conveyors, there it is. Let's see, we got more concrete coming. With this row of conveyors, let's see. Yeah, it's building. Very, very good. So Infinite Nudge here. This machine right here, if I break open the floor here, I had to take the miner here and I had to push it down, and you can't push it down in the regular game. Only Infinite Nudge allows you to move a minor any real distance. But I wanted to move it down so that it would not go up above these foundations, because those foundations are a roadway up above, and I didn't want the trucks hitting the machine and going off and doing funky things. So I pushed it into the ground, and then I attached this under the ground, and then I kind of covered over the mess, just like that. So it doesn't look too bad from here, but I had to push it down just so that I could accomplish keeping it out of the way of my trucks up above.
Yeah.
So that's what Infinite Nudge will do for you. So,
And Bash Splash and Aphotic Lumine both commented about Snap-on as a mod.
And
Another one of Doc's favorites there.
Yep, this Snap-on is working here too. I did adjust with Snap-on, though. I adjusted the distance here because at first it was attaching where it looked like it was almost embedding itself inside the machine. I just didn't like the appearance of that.
Yeah.
So I adjusted it outward a little bit, so it looks just like it ought to be there now. So, but yeah, Snap-on works really nice. So you don't have to put those little bits of conveyor between your sorter and your machine, either a splitter, merger, whatever, smart splitter, whatever. So, okay, now I need to put
We have somebody using some, not sure what kind of lettering that is. It's either Chinese or Korean lettering. I think it's actually maybe Japanese, like, I don't know.
P1W there?
Yeah, P1W says, I'm having some mouse delay problems. Has anyone got that before?
Was it a mouse delay problem that we fixed before?
Yes.
And what did do you remember what we found out was the issue?
There were a couple things we did that helped. One of the things was to disable hardware acceleration in the game settings and see if that helps. That, I think, helped the most number of people in the situation.
Okay.
So.
Okay.
Darkline comments on daisy chaining, says, the only thing I don't like about it is that it's only 2 connections. I think they should almost act like power poles. The higher the mark, the higher the connections. And have a base connection number of 4.
That would be nice, yes. Because, you get to an end of line and you want to possibly have that end of line go to a couple different other lines close by. And what it does is basically it forces you to only go to the next line, go all the way through it, and then go to the next line. But if you've got double-sided manifolds, that works fine. You just go down one side, come back the other. But if you only have single-sided manifolds, like this one that I just built, you can only go down to the other end, and all of a sudden the end of your power is clear at the other end of the line, and sometimes that's just not convenient. So yeah, I can see that being helpful, very helpful.
Yeah. Harry Thomas asks, have you ever thought about doing a wet concrete factory? Or do you only do something like that when you have water to get rid of, like with aluminum production?
Well, I only do something like that when I've got water close by. And it's not that I don't have water close by here. In fact, if we look over here, I think... Let's see. This is no man's land out there, unfortunately. There's just not a whole lot of water here, and this coal power plant over here is using one of the lakes, and I believe there's a lake over in this direction, but there just isn't that much close by water here. I love the wet concrete recipe, believe me, I really do, because increases the amount of production you have out of your limestone. But it's just it can be difficult to use if you don't have water close by. So
Yeah, definitely have to have
I'm not hearing you, Robert.
Definitely have to have the resources for it.
Yep. Okay, so here's my truck paths that I was talking about under there. And now I've got a concrete factory just placed right under the roadway. Doesn't that look slick?
Very
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah, I like that. Okay, let's see if I can...
Bash Splash asks, where are you streaming from?
I am streaming from the great state of Missouri. Or in the summertime, we call it misery.
Mm-hmm. Right in the middle of the states.
Middle of the United States, yep.
So, Dunkabot says, every time I try to beat Satisfactory, I get around to phase 2 or 3, and I get burnt out.
Yeah. It can tend to get pretty complex, and with complexity comes the inevitable feeling like you're grinding, and which can definitely lead to burnout. What I tend to do, let's see if I can hit that. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, there we go. What I tend to do is I tend to go out exploring, go find summer sloops and Mercer spheres, and slugs. All of those make your life a lot easier anyway. So I tend to vary the game by going out and exploring, or if you like to play with trains, I go build a big train line, or get away from the factory part of it for a while, and then come back to it, or go play Star Rupture, or go play another game that you enjoy, and come back to it after a week or two, and that tends to help me clear my head a bit. So both of those things I've employed, and Robert has employed as well.
Yep. Yeah, apologies for the barking. And Darkline actually, or new Twitch guy asks, who is the dog and why have we not seen him on stream?
All right. Let me, Hey, Sammy. Sammy, come on. Sammy, come on. Come on. Hey, Sammy, come on. Hey, Sammy, come on here. Come up here. Yeah. Come on, all the way up. Come on. Come say hi. There's Sammy. Yeah, there's Sammy. Why are your eyes so closed? Yeah. Sammy's the little boy, and Indy is the mama. But Indy won't climb up like this. And I don't know why Sammy's being reluctant to climb up. He usually always loves to do that. No. Kisses. I don't like doggy kisses. Okay. All right. So there's Sammy. Sammy's a good boy. Yeah, good boy. Now he's going to go back over to Robert.
Yeah. Usually after a bit he settles down, but we have a couple other dogs on the property, and whenever they go outside, Sammy hears and wants to bark and say hello.
All righty, I am lifting concrete up to the top floor.
Excellent.
Yep.
New Twitch guy says, exactly as I imagined. Sammy seems like a good foreman.
Yep. Yep, Sammy's a good dog. They're both good dogs.
Yeah. And Zach and Steve both say hello to the dog.
Yep. And we need to have a redemption that says, hey, they want to see the dogs.
Yep, I need to make that. We have the old one for Kitty, but not for Doggo yet.
Yep. And by the way, the kitty was displaced.
Poor Kitty.
So, my beautiful calico cat She's a long hair calico cat with a white muzzle and white front, and really quite a beautiful cat. And she mouses at night, and she is now an indoor cat at the house during the day. It was an indoor cat at the studio during the day before, and we've got the big bird coming through here shortly. Come on, where is he? Where's the big bird? I saw the little birds come through. The big bird flies through this floor right there for some reason.
Dr. Goodnight just subscribed with Prime.
All right, thank you. Appreciate that membership. Okay, so we've got concrete coming. Wahoo! Next, I need modular frames, and that is the last item that I need. And I need to bring this, whoops, down to here.
Bryn says the amazing thing with Satisfactory is that there's no pressure on completing task or time restraints, so you can take your time.
Yep.
Don't rush it and enjoy.
Yep. You can come back to your save file anytime you want.
Yeah.
Whoops. This isn't the right floor.
Oh, dog. Ouch. Sounds like it hurt.
That sounded like it hurt. Oh. Okay. I need to bring this down another floor.
Indy, the mother, was bred a number of times, so she's a full AKC registered dog. And my brother, who owns these dogs, and he's off at work right now, had a breeding business for a while, and so she's had like I think 4 litters. She's retired now, but it means that she is infinitely patient with her very rambunctious son. No matter how much he wants to wrestle, she'll just
Yeah.
let it be.
Yeah. Okay, I think I can put this about right there. And there it is. And it snapped right to it. I got it in the right place. And frames are right here.
Well, I think we actually have a good comment that would be good for the university, Doc.
All righty. Well, let's go see what we got there then. Okay. All right. Zabersam?
Sounds good to me.
Zabersam asks a question. He says, I'm going to start playing again since I stopped soon after the console release. Did anything cool happen with version 1.2? Yes, 1.2 introduced daisy chaining your power from machine to machine. It introduced trucks that carry fluids now, so you can, pump oil in one place, carry it by truck to another area to process it, or you can carry water from one place to another, any kind of fluid, and carry it from one place to another. What were the other things? Those were the 2 big ones.
The new truck routes.
The routing. Let's go see. Let's see if I could show an example of the routing. If I could just travel faster. Oh, come on. Oh, really? Come.
Let your fuel regen before you try to fly.
It wasn't regenerating all the way?
No, you just were bunny hopping, so I kept on using it up.
I wasn't hearing you, Robert. Okay, so if I go to the deconstruct mode, you can see these are the new routes for the trucks. So now you can lay down a route just like you can lay down a train tracks, and tell this truck, for example, to stop at this truck station. And that truck will then dutifully stop at this truck station, then move on to the next truck station, which is behind this rock, and back and forth, back and forth. Now, the neat thing about that is before, if I wanted to put 2 trucks to go to this truck station and from the other truck station, I had to then build another path for that truck. So the paths were singular to the trucks themselves. Well, now you can lay down one path that works, and I can, if I need more capacity, I could now put that was a tractor. I could put instead of another tractor, I could put a truck there and take the tractor off, or I could add a second tractor to the same route. They will keep the spacing apart. They will watch themselves. If they cross over, they'll not crash into each other like they used to. Yeah, so these truck routes have been an infinitely better solution. And you can see another truck route over there going to this truck station, delivering Caterium to this truck station. And this one's delivering coal. It's from a coal mine down there, bringing that in to make my steel and such. So, very cool, very good stuff. So those are the 3 major changes. And so, yeah, come play again, and you'll enjoy it, I'm sure. And that should be good. Let's go back to the game. And there go my 2 trucks again. Yeah. Okay. Now I got to go get those modular frames.
Darkline says, a good idea, I think, they should do is make this like Dyson's Sphere program. Once you finish the space elevator, you should be able to travel to a different planet, collect different materials you wouldn't find here, and build a space elevator again to get back.
I guess that would be pretty interesting.
Yes, sir.
I'm just kind of trying to determine where I want to pull from. I think I'm going to just destroy this.
Bama Fan in Oz says, I find having a goal of building something other than what the game wants you to do helps as an ever-expanding power station, is many ways taller, wider, or underground. Ugh. Sorry, I don't have time talking there.
Okay. I think that's cool too, because there are several things in the game that you're not required to make. Like, you're not required to make any obelisks, but they're incredibly useful when you're clearing rocks or having to destroy obstacles such as trees or vegetation, and do it rather quickly. Also, explosive rebar and the rebar gun are really good for clearing obstacles as well. So there are a lot of things in the game that aren't required to build. They're not required for a tier. They're not required for a phase, but they're incredibly useful. And you can build factories to do those. And once you have explosive stuff, the game gets a lot more fun when you get explosives. You know, build some explosives and and have some fun with those, because I like to.
Okay. We mentioned optional factories. Doc thinks, yes, explosives.
Uh-huh.
That's funny. Darkline asks, have you guys encountered the multiplayer bug? Yeah, they came out
lots
with
of
1.2.
them. A fair number of them. Which ones are you referring to?
Yeah, unfortunately, 1.2 was a pretty buggy release.
Yes. And if you'd like an interesting explanation as to why, I can share that with you. Because what happened was that the underlying game engine had been upgraded 3 separate times, and Coffee Stain had not updated the game with the new game engine, and that's the Unreal Engine, isn't it, Robert?
I think so.
Is it? Yeah, it's the Unreal Engine for here. And so the Unreal Engine had been upgraded. And so what happened with 1.2 is and probably why the release was so small in comparison to 1.1, for example. It was so small because they were trying to trap all of the errors that were created when they upgraded the core engine to the game. Because frankly, I was in software development for a long time, and anytime we had an upgrade that was what we would call a major upgrade of your major software, even if you went from one version to the next version, that was always difficult. But when you had to jump through 2 or 3 versions worth of changes, it's just that becomes a nightmare. And they created a nightmare for themselves by not upgrading the game engine right along with everything else. So that's basically what was going on with Coffee Stain, and that's why it was so buggy.
And I can imagine, here you are, you're in the final push to release. They've already released update 8, and now they're just trying to get the thing released. I can imagine them saying, we're not going to touch the game engine, we're going to leave it exactly how it is. And that works as long as you're not planning on supporting the game after it's released and in adding more content.
Yeah.
But
so typical Manifold style, you see that the green sticks are all up to this point, and now we get this yellow, 3 yellow sticks. The Manifold hasn't filled these last 3. Same on this side. Actually 4 on this side. Nope, 3 on this side. So typical Manifold style. We're waiting for the concrete, looks like, to get all the way over here. And possibly for some of the frames, modular frames, to get all the way down here. So it takes only 5.6 per machine, 8.8 per machine there. Yeah, 8.8. The steel pipe is going to be the choke. If there is one, I might have to increase the steel pipeline down there. But we'll see how it fills up. And we'll make some heavy modular frames here, hopefully. But he's laughing at me.
Oh, I just read Bryn Reeves' comment. When you talked about building a Novelist factory. Bryn says, yes, go play with gunpowder. Spoken like a true American.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yep.
I was lamenting the fact with Garrett the other day that haven't had a chance to go out shooting in quite a while.
Yeah. Well, we've got plenty of property to go shooting on, Robert.
Yeah. What we need to do is take some of those trees that we felled in the beach's yard, and just go get them hauled. Seeing as we now have the vehicle that we can go haul them around, make ourselves a good backstop, and then go have some fun.
Yep. So, what is the metric equivalent to the 30-06? Because I remember the 30-06 easier than I remember what I've actually got.
I don't know.
Yeah, I've got a...
Well, you have a 7.62, isn't it?
Is that what it is?
I think so. I don't know.
Yep, I've got a hunting rifle that I need to get much better at shooting. And then, of course, I've got a 9mm pistol. So...
it's kind of funny. We're... Not something I ever imagined us having, by the way, Dad. Growing up.
Yeah.
We were always in the suburbs and, living on the West Coast.
And we weren't in a particular high crime area, so there's no need to feel like the need to defend ourselves against anything.
That's also very true. That helps a lot.
And so we never acquired guns. That wasn't part of my mental makeup at all.
Yep.
But in the country, hey, we get deer crossing our property a lot. Just get a license to bring one down, and we could have venison for the season. Or you could just let your granddaughter drive the car and go kill one.
But yeah.
There's a story behind that one. Granddaughter went out to drive her sister to an early morning seminary class, and at the early morning seminary class, she hits a deer, and she hits the deer hard. It crushed the whole front corner of the truck, the pickup truck. So it was, yeah, pretty nasty. And so okay, we got a few there. Okay. So later on in the day, when the adults came, were available, we went and retrieved the deer and canned the venison and had a little bit of. You guys had the venison yourself, didn't you?
We had a little bit of it, yeah. It was great.
Yeah.
We got a bunch of those stew meats.
Uh-huh.
And Freya got herself quite a bit of liver, which she loved. Never seen a dog go so nuts for meat. So. And One Metal Fist says, "Hey Doc, what's up? I'm just joining now because I've been asleep. Got infections in both ears, so I've been resting, trying to get some energy back."
Oh dear. Ouch. That's one infection that I just, of all infections, I hate worse.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it kind of saddens me also that I probably need to go get my ears checked to see if I need some help here. It's getting to the point where I'm not hearing conversations as well. Like you're at church and you're hearing the speaker, and some of those lower volume speakers. We have a lay ministry at our church, so we have all variety of speakers, some from kids all the way to adults, and occasionally some of them are rather quiet, and I can tell they're talking, but I can't understand their words. Mm-hmm. And that's usually the first indication that your hearing is starting to get a little weak.
Tyler says, "A granddaughter who can drive, but you're so young."
Yeah. Hopefully I won't be talking about a great-granddaughter who can drive anytime soon. Or great. I have one great-grandson, by the way.
It's going to be a while before he can drive.
Yeah, he's 2 years old. Yeah. So it'll be a bit.
Mm-hmm. Lexi, Doc just, he didn't play Satisfactory Plus. We just were able to watch a Chroma play for a little bit as a Chroma shared his world.
Yeah.
So it was fun to watch, but oh my gosh, that's an involved game.
Yeah. So if you like the idea of logistics and factory building and a greater sense of realism than the current Satisfactory, Satisfactory Plus is probably just the bill, because you do get new machines, you get new raw materials, you get new recipes. I mean, it's a total revamp of what Satisfactory currently does. Now, the only thing they did not implement, because they have different resources added to the game, they did not implement in Satisfactory Plus the randomization of nodes. In other words, changing where they are on the map. Satisfactory Plus just doesn't do that yet. So,
yeah,
and it may never do it at all. So, well, we have heavy modular frames being built.
Huzzah!
Yes, we have heavy modular frames. Yay! Okay. Now, I'm done with my monster for the morning.
One Metal Fist says, "Doc, I totally get what you mean. With this ear infection, my ears were so blocked I could barely hear people, music, or even voices through my headphones. The swelling reached the area around my eardrum. Pain spread to my lower jaw, so I could barely eat for the last 3 days.
Ow. Yow.
Ouch, ouch, ouch.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a bone here called the mastoid bone, and once it gets into your mastoid bone, it can come on down to your jaw and hurt a lot down there, as well as go straight, of course, right straight from the mastoid bone here to the ear, and that's nasty. So sorry to hear that. That's pretty tough. Okay, I'm going to throw those modular frames in there. Okay. Okay. So concrete seems to be doing fairly well. Modular frames appear to be a little bit on the weak side. So we can go back down to the first floor and see how weak they are. What's getting starved there. I might be able to just increase production there by just upgrading the line. I need to finish my factory. I need to put the windows on and make it pretty again. Okay.
Yellow Snowman says, "Hi, I'm watching you from Germany for a while now.
Okay.
I'm wondering what you think about the future of America. Always wanted to move to America, but..."
Well, I think all countries are having a little bit of a challenge to keep their old identity. There's a lot of movement of a lot of migration and movement of different peoples to different areas, and we're having a little bit of that problem here with a group of people in America that want just free borders, let everybody come here, and another group that is fighting against that, where they want closed borders and they want to solidify what we've got. So yeah, future of America is bright. I don't think there's going to be anything that'll destroy it. I think it's going to be doing good for a while. So we'll see. We'll see. Okay, it's got plenty of... Okay, and it's got very slow... Okay, so it appears as though I'm getting plenty of reinforced iron plate and plenty of rods. In fact, it's got plenty, even though these conveyors are only Mark 1. Wow, that's crazy.
So, One Metal Fist had an update on Satisfactory when he logged in this morning. Wondering if PC got one as well.
I didn't notice.
Yeah, I didn't notice one either. Lexi says, "Doc, you should play some Satisfactory Plus and let us laugh while it tortures you." Or you could just play an Anno stream.
I could do an Anno stream, yes.
Yeah, basically until the workshop is done, Doc's time is extremely limited.
Yeah.
And most of the time, when he's done working for the day and he comes out here to, make a little progress in Satisfactory, his brain ain't good for much more than just building factories.
Yeah, exactly. Figuring out a new game at that point is probably beyond my ability for that from that time. Basically, I work until it gets too hot.
Yeah.
And right now, getting too hot is about 9 or 10 o'clock. So my main defense in that regard is to get out there early. And so, yeah, I'm out there between 5:30 and 6 so that I can avoid the heat. So...
Okay, their patch notes released 5 minutes ago.
Okay. So they're okay. I wonder. And what do the patch notes say?
I'll go ahead and just read the whole thing.
Okay.
It says, hello everyone. It's been a while since the last patch. People around our studio have been on vacation at different times during summer.
Yeah, you lazy Europeans. What are you doing?
And through the vacation period, we've been working on some fixes for y'all. Now that we're mostly back, it was time to gather them all and get them out for you to enjoy. The update will be available on all platforms, as it has been the case for 1.2 onwards, so you can enjoy it on Steam, Epic, Xbox Series S and X, and PlayStation 5. We have some leftover issues from 1.2 that we wanted to address, which are finally fixed in this patch. But if there's something else you think we should take a look at, please let us know on our Q&A site. We really appreciate your feedback.
Okay.
Okay, so new first-person equipment scale can now once again be set to more values from 0.5 to 2.
What?
Oh,
What is that?
as in you can make your hands and stuff bigger or smaller on the screen. That'd be nice. Huh.
Okay, I guess.
Sure, somebody was asking for the link to the document I'm reading, so let me go ahead and pause it. Post it there. Audio. Fix the Fix-It freighter in the hub having an unintentionally silent takeoff in multiple scenarios.
Huh.
And fixed photo mode sound effects. Whole huge long list of bug fixes. I'm just going to scan through these to see if there's any that I recognize. Fix situations of multiplayer where you would be unable to move after riding in a vehicle after a while.
Yeah. Okay.
Uh-huh.
That's one we've seen.
Improvements to situations where players would be stuck on loading screens in multiplayer.
Okay.
Hey, how about this one, Doc? Fixed situations where dedicated server admin access would constantly be lost, and owners would have to re-authenticate every time.
Yes.
We were saving and loading some files yesterday, and we had to put the password in how many times?
Oh gosh. I mean, literally, we were
Oh,
literally logging in every single time we refreshed the stupid page.
fixed blueprints not correctly showing up in multiplayer.
Okay.
And that was a big deal. We had to restart the server every couple of hours because the blueprints would stop showing up.
Okay. And a lot of these were things we just recently started experiencing, which is interesting that other people were seeing them before us, but
Yeah. A bunch of crashes that happen, including some PS5 specific ones.
okay.
Fixed available item amounts in the Dimensional Depot not properly updating while handcrafting items.
Okay.
That's one I've seen.
What about the bug? Hey, are you scanning through and seeing about the bug where you're working? Okay, is that the handcrafting one? Did you just say?
Yeah, you're handcrafting and the item, the number in the Dimensional Depot doesn't change until you leave the menu, come back in.
Right. And
Yeah.
they said they just fixed that?
Yep.
Good. Okay. Poison Gas subscribed at tier 1. They've been subscribed for 5 months. Way cool. Way cool. That's cool. Okay.
Yeah, so to One Metal Fist, yeah, we've getting those updates as well. And I just got pinged for people on the multiplayer server saying, hey, can we update the server now?
Oh gosh, yes, we'll update the server.
As
Can
soon
we
as I'm
wait?
done looking through this post, I'll go ahead and get on that and
Okay.
see. Unfortunately, we can't control when they push that update for servers, so there might be some downtime there. But
Yeah, it might be. Yeah, It depends. Okay, the update might be out, but the update might not be pushed by ping players to the server yet.
Yeah.
And that's where the lag could be. It's not necessarily in Coffee Stain's area that would be the case. Okay, so I believe we've got the only thing left to update here would be these lifts.
Whitestone's hopes that they fix the authentication for clients as well. He says he's tired of having to log in every time he looks at the server wrong. Yeah.
Yeah, so it does. It maybe it's not just an admin thing.
Yeah.
And honestly, it's been happening consistently for Robert for a while now, and I just started experiencing it just this last week, which seemed odd to me, but strange but true. Seeing if any of these lifts need updating. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
So this is just a bug patch.
Mostly a bug patch.
Yeah.
No features added.
Nope, no features, but I'm very, very happy for it.
Oh yeah. Did I hear that the hover pack one was fixed?
I did not read anything about the hover pack.
Okay, because the one bug that catches me every once in a while is when I'm in an area that has where I have the hover pack. The hover pack will just suddenly decide that it's going to keep lifting and lifting and lifting,
Yep.
no matter whether you let go of the button or not.
And that's been in the game for a long time. Because even my earliest multiplayer games, when joining you on your game in Update 8, that would happen every once in a while.
Yeah.
So, One Metal Fist says there's definitely a bug with roads and truck stations. This week, while finishing the stations at my compacted coal power plant, the game crashed every time I placed a new truck station on an old road. Had to delete the old road, rebuild it, then place the station again.
Okay. Wow.
That was a really delayed notification. Weird.
What notification was that?
The poison gas subscription took like 2 minutes for it to pop up on stream.
Huh.
Weird.
You mean on my screen, which doesn't have it on my screen at all right now?
Yeah, well, it finished when I commented.
Well, there it is. Okay.
Well, there's chat, but the notification pop up with Garrett dancing.
Oh yes, the Garrett dance. All right, I am going to explore because I need more sloops, and wait a minute. Do I not? I thought I had a whole bunch of not sloops, but I have power shards. That's what I needed.
100 of them.
Yeah, only 100. Darn. I haven't got more that I can put in my bags and bug Robert with.
Yeah, my game client is now updating.
Okay.
And so I'm going to hop on Ping Players and get all of our member servers restarted, which hopefully will update them.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah, chat's back up. Sorry about that. We take it off when Doc and I are working together, so I can see the screen a little better, and then I forget to put it back on.
Okay. That miner is now upgraded. And there we go. And we're going to go ahead and put 2 in here. Double the production because I only have 480 conveyors. But all these are going to get an upgrade.
That guy is not getting rid of any of its ingots.
That could be a problem too. We'll have to check that out. Yeah.
Oh, well,
Yeah, they're all backed up.
they're all full.
So I'm going to be upgrading everything because I need. This is the line that supports frames and all kinds of different things.
Okay.
So it'll do 75 per minute, and so that's 150, 300 per minute at this point. And I could put another one right in this space. Yes, let's do.
Moon says, "Hi there, Mr. Doc. Moon here. How you doing today?"
I am good.
Hope you're doing good as well.
Well, this is. Oh, that's why.
Bryn says, "So, Doc, what are you looking forward to making in the new shop once it's completed? Will we be getting some shop live streams, woodworking with Doc, etc.?"
Oh, no woodworking with Doc. It'll more be a. It'll be a shop mostly for woodworking. Spencer right now is doing quite a bit of metalworking, so that's pretty cool. Okay, hopefully that's another 150. That'll bring it up to 450, and that I think I'll stop at that once I get these overclocked.
Yep, Spencer is he's a welder by trade, but a blacksmith by hobby. So he's been doing a lot of that. He's actually been blacksmithing since he was, oh gosh, it's been probably about 10 years now. He's been doing it for fun.
Oh, it's all right. Fine.
Ew. That ground is messing you up, Doc.
Yeah, it is. But I finally found it.
Good. Carry Me Please is here. He says, "Forgot it was Tuesday. Good morning, Doc."
Good morning. You forgot it was Tuesday. You must be retired too.
Bryn says, "Oh, that's cool. Has he tried any Damascus?"
Ah, that would be the cat's meow, wouldn't it?
He's not quite to that level. He's talked about it quite a bit, but he's just now working on learning how to forge weld, which is kind of like the step you need just before you can do Damascus. So,
All right. Now I've got enough smelters to. Got enough smelters. Now I need to supercharge all of these.
Carry Me Please says, "New patch just came out for Satisfactory. Quite a few multiplayer specific fixes."
Yes, we noticed.
In fact, the multiplayer server is being restarted right now. Hopefully it'll be able to pick that up. I'm going to log in to test it, and we'll be going.
What? Wait a minute. Limestone and concrete. What? What? How did that recipe get in there?
Okay, server, let me in without Okay. The server has not got the update yet. So I will keep refreshing the server every hour or so until it picks up the update, and I'll let everybody know when the update comes and we're able to get the servers moved over.
Okay. Now they should all be. They should all be running full steam. Why is this yellow?
Because it's full.
Okay, the output is full. Okay, as long as output is full, that's not a problem. Well, look at here. Okay.
Trekkie asked an interesting question. He says, what are your wildest expectations for what would be in a DLC for Satisfactory?
My biggest one is to have more biomes. I'd like to see an icy mountain biome. I'd like to see an icy mountain biome, and I'd like to see an underwater biome. Now, underwater, of course, would require a whole bunch of new machines, new habitats, new abilities, like swimming. So I that'll probably eventually come, but probably not anytime real soon.
He says, ooh, underwater. That would be super dope. Love that idea. And Dirty JX just subscribed with Prime.
Way cool.
Someday I'm going to figure out what's wrong with my config so I can get Garrett dancing off the screen, but
The Garrett dance?
Yeah.
You can't get it off your screen, huh?
Yep.
So
Whitestone says, I want a proper snow biome, not just the one we have now.
do we even have a snow biome?
Yeah, what part do we have that's snow? Like, we have the horizon, way off in the distance. But there is a mod that turns the desert into snow, which we used that during Fixmas last year, and it was a lot of fun. But it was just add snow on top of map. That's all it did. Carrie, in that picture, Garrett is holding a bag of nuts.
He was wondering what he was holding.
Yep. Yes, we have
And
a snow biome.
there's a story behind that. We were doing our first subathon, and our first subathon, somebody clipped that as it was happening in real time because we had a camera focused on the couch, and Garrett did this crazy little dance for everybody, and somebody clipped it, and it became immortalized.
What Metal Fist says, Coffee Stain said they don't currently have a clear plan where to take the story next. They asked the community for ideas, so I think it'll probably take a while before we get another major update with any new content.
Yeah, but Coffee Stain hasn't been all that honest in the past with what they really do know or what they really are going to implement. So, I think they know a little bit better than what they're willing to let on where they've got ideas to go. Saying they don't know at all, I think, is a little bit disingenuous. So
they spoiled us with 1.0 to the point where nobody believes them anymore when they say oh yes, we've released all the new updates. Sure you have.
Okay, well, I sped these all up, and now I'm up to 5 per minute for each machine, and I'm still not using all the supplies coming to them. So, and all of them have the white bars, so they're all running full tilt. So let's hope that it finally catches up to what I really need.
Bryn says, I
We'll
would
see.
love another space elevator phase. Currently, I feel like we unlock all the cool stuff and then bam, complete before we have a chance to use any of the cool stuff.
That's true. That's true.
I have never once used a converter, despite having beat the game a few times. Never, never needed to use the converter at all. It's a cool option that, yeah, I agree. Just
Yeah, because
need a
you
reason
use
to
it
use
to
it.
finish the phase 5, and then you don't get a chance to play with it at all.
Yeah.
So yeah, agreed on that point totally.
Although I would say I wouldn't want another tier. I'd love more lateral movement. Other ways to play the game, other things to accomplish that aren't specifically just here, do more space elevator stuff.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, it's going to take a while to fill all those buffers, if in fact this is enough to fill those. Right now, I'm meeting the requirements for everything else at this point, but I'm sure if I put some sinks on everything, I would find probably very quickly where my lack of production is. So I don't know that I want to do that. Anyway.
Okay, Whitestone. He says, we do have a snow biome, you just have to look in the hub. I'm going to bring it up on screen because he sent me a screenshot, Doc.
Okay. Okay, where is that?
It's, just some run-of-the-mill nuclear fallout, I guess.
Well, he took a picture of that sitting on the shelf.
It's labeled snow biome.
Yes, it is labeled snow biome.
Nice. Very nice. I don't know why I've never seen that before. Never made that connection.
Well, let's go see.
One Metal Fist says, Doc, look at it this way. A lot of what they've added has come from community requests and ideas. I followed the games at around 0.1, and then there was barely anything in it. I remember people suggesting features that later actually made it into the game. So I think Satisfactory has always been a mix of developers' ideas and players' ideas.
That would be true, yes. Well, I think we're gonna have to start opening cabinets or something, because I'm not seeing it.
Opening cabinets. Oh, you went to the hub to go find it. Stack of books. Find the stack of books.
Yeah, I see a stack of books here,
It's not there.
but it's not there. And that's the doggo farm.
Yeah.
Mycelia. Where'd you get that picture?
Maybe it's only there during Fixmas.
Maybe. The overtime machine. Okay. Xenozoology and protein extraction. An original manual. Original Georgina Narwhal? Oh, come on. She's named after a whale. What does she look like? Sorry.
Wow, Doc.
Doggo farm. This smells like my earth.
Oh, it's only there during Fixmas, he says. Okay.
And Fix-It socks. I've got my own pair of Fix-It socks, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah. And no, I'm not going to show them on stream. At least not on my feet. And of course, a lava lamp. Anyway. Okay, okay. What do I do next? What do I want to do next? I need to make some... more of this silica, because I need to start building the walls on my building here. Should I put another line right down this middle, or should I just go to another floor?
You should go to another room, another floor.
You think so?
Yeah.
I've pretty much packed this one as much as I can, huh?
Yep.
So
You have lots of land, no need to smash things together.
okay. Well, let's see if the front of my line is starting to fill up with frames. A lot of green bars there. So okay, 50. Yep, that one's full. Yep, I see frames. And I see frames, and I don't see frames. Okay. So this one's got 49. It's almost filling up. There, it just filled up. Okay. I mean, it just doesn't take that many frames. I mean, only 2 frames, 1.875 per minute. Even with all, how many do I have in this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. With 22 machines at less than 2 per, I got less than 44 per minute. You would think I'd be able to at least produce 44 per minute to send up here.
Yeah.
So now it makes, okay, this one's now full.
Oh, you're just waiting for the manifold to fill.
It looks like it, yeah.
Oh, okay.
And it looks like I've got enough that the manifold is filling.
Slowly,
yeah. But, you know, hey.
Pufferbly Drinking asks, what's your power output, power plant like here?
Let's see.
With all this daisy chaining, it's hard to find power poles anymore.
Yeah, that's true. Here's a power pole. Okay, so my power production is up here at 20 gigawatts, and my usage is down below 2 gigawatts. Max consumption at 4, if it was all on, all the time.
That's pretty good.
So yeah, I'm set for a while.
Nice and healthy.
Yep.
One Metal Fist says, Doc, it's alive! It's alive! We finally have a working compacted coal power plant after all that work. I'm hauling the compacted coal by tractor from one side of the map to the other, and it actually works. Next up is liquid trucks. For now, I had to use the old pipe method with 6 generators, 3 water extractors split between both sides, and 2 water inputs. And now it's finally running.
Okay. Cool. And so what does Trekkie 9001 say?
He has one wild idea for a DLC. The whole idea was to prepare this planet for colonization to save humanity. But it seems like Ada co-opted the mission for her own benefit, in my opinion. So what if now Ada realizes this and we actually have to start building a colony? We need to build habitats, farms, food preparation, have new logistics challenges since food could spoil, etc.
Oh, can't have food spoiled.
That would be a very massive change in style for the game.
Or maybe even make it so that you get hungry.
Oh no, please don't add survival to this game.
Yes, please don't.
I do enjoy survival games, but yeah. Not this game.
Okay, so the tallest machines I have on this floor are the are the sinks. So once I move this and the hub and stuff up, yeah, the tallest thing I have is these two sinks. Okay. And by the way, I have a few coupons, by the way, Robert.
Oh. Oh, gosh. How'd you
Yeah.
get that many coupons?
Just been sinking stuff. You know, just regularly sinking stuff. Probably the biggest has been these fix-it, the sound fluctuators.
Huh.
That's probably the largest points. So if my usual 8 is going to be enough for this particular floor. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Carrie says, in my thought, Ada is a von Neumann probe, and you're just one of her automatons or automations in her galactic conquest.
Okay. In her galactic conquest. Well, we'll see about a conquest here in a week or two. Let's see about that.
Again, my preferred idea is just for them to, finally finish the crossover that they've been obviously planning for, where Fixit has to defend itself against the corporations of Deep Rock Galactic.
That would be too funny.
I know they're not going to, but come on.
Wouldn't it be nice? Right? Is that what you're saying?
Uh-huh. It'd be fun.
Okay. Got to put some concrete in my bags. Hosroy has something to say there, but I'm not quite sure what he meant.
Hosroy says, by Neumann. Yeah, I don't know. Von Neumann. Neumann. I think we pronounced it wrong.
Okay, Carrie Please is still working on his first cup of coffee. Okay. So if he doesn't sound coherent, that's why.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, what were you saying? I'm sorry.
Yeah, I don't know. DJ Rocket, the 2D zooping is from Infinite Zoop.
A mod called Infinite Zoop.
Yes.
All right, where do I find... I need to go down to the main floor.
Can we take you to the university for another question?
Oh, sure. Yeah, let us do that. It sounds like we've got another question from the June Striker. He says, in phase 2, I started running into issues. I tried the decentralized approach of building, say, modular frames just from 1 or 2 nodes from scratch, or do I create separate factories and transport? Okay, let's see if I can understand this. I try the decentralized approach of building modular frames just from 1 or 2 nodes from scratch, or do I separate factories and transport? Well, I think you're asking the same thing. Decentralized and separate factories, I think, are the same thing. So I'm not quite understanding the question. But here's basically what's eventually going to happen. You'll notice that this factory is huge. You can see me going up and down the stairs, and you see multiple stories going up. And that's because a lot of the production is going on just right here. Now, I need plastic, and I need an oil field for plastic. So I am transporting plastic from an oil field in a distance. I need Caterium from a mine that is a fair amount away, and I'm having that trucked in. I need various products that are not right local, but I'm in the grassy fields, and it's pretty well stocked with the basic items like limestone for concrete and iron ore and copper ore and pretty much all the basics are here. So a lot of the building blocks for your parts as they get bigger are basically plastic, concrete, and iron. And so if you're a lot of that stuff can be built right in a localized area because then they'll be needed downstream constantly, and eventually you'll want them all centralized. Um, it is good, like if you want to build a computer factory, for example, offsite, transporting the computers in so that you have room to build a nice big computer factory. That is a good thing to do. So at times you might find when you get to aluminum that needs to be built offsite because bauxite is not generally in a particular biome. It's kind of in the center of the map. So it is close to the Rocky Desert. It's close to the grassy fields. It's close to the Dune Desert and the northern forest, but it doesn't have a whole lot in all of those. A lot of times your starting location is a ways away from bauxite. So if you need the bauxite and you need quartz together with the bauxite, you'll build an aluminum factory in a modular factory and transport it. But most of your basics can be built in a large factory centralized. And generally that's the way it tends to be just for convenience. And so I hope this helps. And let's get back to the game. Okay. Okay. I need. See, I have a concrete. I have a concrete storage over here that usually is pretty reliable. And I'm going to build a lot, so I'm just going to fill my bags with concrete. Well,
I am encountering bugs with our Ada voice.
oh no.
Get back to work.
Okay, fine. I'll get back to work.
Okay.
Was I fluffing too much?
That's the issue. It builds a queue, and unless you complete each item in the queue, the next one's not available.
Uh-huh.
So.
Lexi says enough? Doc, your incompetence is really above acceptable norms today.
Okay. That's right. Lexi did enjoy the Ada before, didn't she?
Yep. Well,
look,
Metal
look
Fist
at all
says,
that flying concrete. I love it.
Yep.
And I built it too far. Look at this. How much too far did I build it? Oh dear.
Carrie says, Ada is fierce.
Yes. Yes. And wait till. Oh gosh. I'm probably gonna have a large.
Oh no.
A large upper floor.
Or you can spend 20 minutes dismantling it.
Nah, I'll just let it be. Oh brother, he says.
What Metal Fist says, Doc, I found another reason why I don't like general roads. Their turns have to be huge and awkward, which makes tighter layouts really annoying. With the regular roads, I can make smaller, cleaner turns exactly where I want. They work much better for me.
Okay. So
I guess the older
kinda
system.
The old road system?
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
Jan Mai says, bought Satisfactory 2 weeks ago. Awesome videos. You've helped me a lot already.
Alrighty. Thank you. Okay, let's build some catwalk stairs and get up to that next floor. Okay, it's touching that.
Wolf says, for DLC, I'd love an Explorer update where you're able to go beyond the current limitations of the map and also add cargo ships and ports that can transport resources between islands.
Ah, kind of leaning into the idea of having having ships that transport cargo. That would be cool. You know, tanker ships and cargo ships both.
Mm-hmm.
That would be cool.
That would be very cool.
So let's get a half foundation here. And cut that out. And a half foundation. Come on, half found. Why does it do that? Why does it always have it scrolled down? So you always have to scroll up to that top row. Not understanding why that happens.
Interesting.
Yeah. Okay.
Echo also has, or Eco has a great question as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah. You got a chance to do that?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, okay.
So let's go. Okay. Eco720 says, hey, I would like you to ask you something. How do you plan your goal in Satisfactory? I always try to maximize my output, but end up crafting too much or too less and lose the interest at all because it's frustrating. Well, stop trying to plan your output, okay? Basically build what you can to maximize your conveyor belts. If you've got 240 being able to be taken by your conveyor belts, and so you've got that much raw material coming in, whatever the raw material is, whether it's already a manufactured good or a resource, either way, maximize your manifold to what you can build on your conveyor at the time, and build it out. If you need more than what that manifold can do, find another node and build out another manifold. If you try to keep planning how much output you have, you will tend to drive yourself crazy because it constantly changes in the game. When you get better, when you get better conveyor belts, suddenly you end up with a situation where you've got more product you can bring in and you don't have enough machines to process it. So constantly trying to plan that out means that later on you're going to want to come and bring in power shards, for example, to consume everything. And so the game is dynamic in that way, in that it constantly improves your equipment. And so try not to plan to the, especially down to the gnat's eyebrow. You just don't want to plan explicitly, because if you do so, yeah, you drive yourself nuts. It is difficult to do that. So just build out what you can and then add to it later on, modify it later on, and then just keep moving forward. You saw that I just increased all of my iron output so that I can make more rods and make more plates and make more reinforced iron plates so that I can increase my modular frame line so that I could feed that into the heavy modular frames. Those were my very early manifolds that I built very early on. And now I needed to increase them. So I power sharded them up to 250%. And hopefully that's enough. I think it is, to keep those going for a while. So that's the way the game is played. The more planning you do, the more frustrated you can get as you're finding out. So hope that helps. And let's go back to the game. Okay, there's my stairway. So the end of my building is actually here. So I could deconstruct all of this. And your vote is to deconstruct it, isn't it, Robert?
Yeah, but you know.
Warning, internal coolant reserves dangerously low. Initiate hydration protocol alpha.
Okay. And those of you who don't know, that's Ada speak for taking a drink with my new Walmart cup with my Walmart water in it. Strawberry today in my massive cup to hold my. What I do here is, you notice the bottom kind of squeezes in here. It's easy to knock it over, and sitting at a computer desk, that's probably not a good idea. I slip it into this cup, and I've got a nice big base for it. Very little chance that I could knock that over. So, by the way, if you have a 3D printer, you can do things like this. This was 3D printed, designed by Robert, and printed on our 3D printer in 2 colors. The Walmart colors, because I was putting Walmart waters in it. So it'll take a 1 liter bottle, basically.
We live like an hour or two away from their global headquarters, so we're obligated to not detest the company.
Literally, we are an hour away from their global headquarters in Bentonville, Arkansas, where they started.
Steve asks, do you tune each segment of your manifold with a proper speed belt, or do you just upgrade the whole manifold to the maximum belt you have?
I usually, I don't worry about tuning it. No, I just do it with the maximum belt I have. Yep.
And Eco responds to your tip there, says, thanks a lot. The answer's simple and true. Never thought about that, expanding when needed, not max output everything after 500 hours in game.
Okay. Yeah, the fun is in the building. The fun isn't in the constant tweaking, trying to get everything perfect. That can be way too frustrating. So
I drove myself nuts when I first bought the game. I think it was update 5 or 6. I had a big old spreadsheet I put together and everything else. I was trying to figure everything out, and at that point there were no online calculators, and I drove myself nuts. And I stopped playing the game after a bit, trying to figure everything out on my own.
Yep.
To get it all perfect.
And he found by his own activities that getting it perfect really didn't work too well. So,
I still feel like I'm playing the game wrong, though.
Really?
By gut feel, it's like, no. I should be able to plan all this, and it should be perfect. You know?
Yeah. Okay. That's the edge. Okay.
So one Metal Fist says, Doc, what I mean is the vehicle-specific roads. Each vehicle type has its own road, and those let you make much smaller, more precise turns.
They do.
The general road needs huge, wide turns for the truck, specifically.
Yes,
I don't understand why they made it so hard to use.
Okay. Interesting.
It would be interesting to make roads mostly out of the truck roads, mostly out of the universal roads, but then every once in a while you could have a turn that this one trucks can't use this turn, because that's the way it is in real life. We just build roads, and there's some roads that just, I'm sorry, semis can't use this road, you know? It'd be nice if we could build a road that says everything but the truck can use this, kind of thing.
All right, let's put the space elevator back right up here. And I'm just going to hit H because I can't ever seem to get this thing to place the way I like it. So, because I like the dashboard right up front here. And I like it kind of at the edge. About halfway through this. Yep. Uh-oh.
Pioneer, straighten up. Efficiency starts with posture.
Oh, dear. Is that the stretch command?
Yeah, that's stretch. Yeah, Roman Armor says it's like a smart splitter, but for vehicles.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The animation for this is just awesome, I think.
Yeah.
And there comes the platform down. That would be so cool when we could actually make space elevators.
Mm-hmm.
You know, put something in geosynchronous orbit up there and have something that connects us and can zip us up and down instead of having to blast off in a space rocket.
Mm-hmm. Okay, well, Sharkana has been here, but has to go to sleep.
Okay.
Really tired, but...
Thank you for coming. Appreciate it. Sleep calls you.
Sleep takes everyone.
Mm-hmm. When I was younger, I tried to avoid sleeping, and it didn't work very well.
Oh, I still do that. All the time. You know, like last night, it's like late at night, I'm like, oh yeah, you know, I haven't checked the Missouri State tax lien properties in a while. And it was literally midnight. I'm laying in bed, almost asleep. I'm like, wait, I haven't checked those. And those are always like at the end of the summer. And so, again, because I've become too dependent like everybody else, I just opened up ChatGPT and had it look it up. It found the properties, it downloaded the spreadsheet, it made a custom Google Maps for me, did a comparison, brought it down to the couple properties which I might be interested in. I'm like...
Somebody's
so
suggesting, Trekkie suggesting, oh, you could drink 10, he called it 4-hour energies. We got 5-hour energies here for 40 or 50 hours of continuous play. Yes.
Perfect.
That works. Not.
Now, DJ would love to know what your go-to mods are.
Well, right now, my go-to mods are the ones I'm playing with on this game. So let me just go to mods here. And I've got Infinite Elevators, Zoop, Nudge, and the mod loader just is automatically there. Sky UI and Snap-on. Now, Sky UI is so I can keep it daytime all the time. And the reason we do that is because when I'm recording, like I will on this world at times, I'll record something and I don't want to continuously record and have to wait for nighttime to be over to make sure it's still daylight when Robert has to stitch together certain segments of my video or cut out certain pieces, and then it goes from night to day on an instant. It just doesn't work for the videos that we make. So Sky UI allows you to determine how long your night times are, or make it all the time day or all the time night. And then Snap-on is the one that allows us to snap the sorters directly to the machines that we talked about earlier. So this is my list of go-tos that I use on a regular basis. So basically 5 of them. So, and I'm going to just hit the save game button here just for drill here. And okay, resume. Okay, boy. Robert was working with a mod yesterday. he was just building something funky and he needed to destroy a whole section. So he got a mod where you could shoot a gun, a rifle, and destroy things. And so he was destroying things with a rifle. It looks so odd.
The mod is called Weapons of Mass Deconstruction, or Weapon of Mass, something like that. Yeah, it's an okay mod, but there aren't accurate enough weapons that I feel like it's useful.
Okay. In other words, deconstructing like I'm doing right now was quicker, easier than using
Yeah,
that.
it's you have to go at a certain speed for the game to register what you've hovered over, and that hover over speed is the same as if I was shooting it, more or less. So
Okay. So the game couldn't keep up with how fast you wanted to deconstruct things.
yeah, I mean, I was looking at, I need to deconstruct, you know, a platform that had like 10,000 foundations in it or something, you know, like something absurd. So I'm just gonna use Satisfactory calculator to delete it.
That makes more sense, probably.
Oh, Sharkana also uses Infinite Dismantle.
What?
Ooh, if there's another one.
There's another Infinite that we don't know about? Made by Sir Digby, also?
We might have to take a look.
We might.
You hear the offense in Doc's voice. There's a mod I don't know about.
Yeah. Okay. Robert puts a short leash on my use of mods. He says, Rick, Doc, you got to keep the game reasonable, you know. So.
Yeah. Unfortunately, the patch came out while we were already live, so Doc would have to, you know, wait to update for 10-15 minutes. But
And I don't think most of that stuff would impact what I'm currently doing. Most of what was released.
yeah, it's mostly for multiplayer. Speaking of, I'm gonna go and restart the server again.
See if it picks up the new
See if
update.
we can pick it up, because it was not picked up earlier when I
Okay.
checked.
Yeah, it is a huge patch.
A lot of bug stuff. Leo the Lion says in all caps, "It's a huge patch."
Yeah.
It's a huge bug fix patch, yes.
All right. I now have a new floor that I can build more on. I mean, when it gets to the point where my floor, I don't see the mountains out here, I think I've probably gone too high. You think?
Sure.
I'm so glad to have Ada back. Robert, thanks for all the good work on that.
Sure. See, Doc, you did that same thing again.
Yeah, that fuzzy, buzzing back and forth.
Yeah. Okay, Carrie.
Why do you have the Minecraft wiki linked in the description? Because we have a member server for Minecraft as well.
And Doc used to play back when I could convince him to.
Okay.
Lexi says, all milestones in Phase 0 is a great mod for 100x space elevator parts.
Interesting. What that one does, what Lexi's just referring to with Ada, is the fact that all the phase 5 all the way through to phase 5 are available once you unlock once you have started the game, basically. So literally you could make everything right from the very beginning. So, which that's an interesting concept, definitely.
Okay. The ping player server is updated.
It is way cool, guys. Still have to unlock them, but you have them available. So
What?
she's talking about the
The
all
milestones.
milestones in phase 0. I mean,
Cool. Brad says, Doc, I know you're often frustrated when copying buildings to place so they aren't facing the same way. In settings, you can choose to make them always face towards or away from the player. That might help.
really, there is a setting for that?
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. All right. My modular frame factory is cranking away. Look at that. All of them are running. Well, mostly anyway. Got a couple of yellow sticks. Why are you yellow? It is yellow because of steel pipes. That's the one I thought was going to give me a problem. I might have to go embellish the steel pipeline.
Eco says, what's your favorite power plant to build? Mine is the turbo fuel power plant.
I like building oil power plants. So I've built turbo fuel ones before. But I just haven't I haven't felt the need to build beyond regular fuel. So
You kind of default, at least, to going nuclear.
yeah.
Generally.
Yeah, if I get to the point where I need more than my regular fuel power plants, then I tend to default to nuclear if I'm going to build more, because you got to go rebuilding things. I don't want to rebuild things a lot of times. Okay, let's see. You're going to go all the way. Why are you telling me I can't build this?
Because
long.
of the jerk.
I need my other favorite mod that Robert won't let me,
Which one?
flex splines.
Oh gosh, that thing that broke your game over and over and over again, that you keep on running back to anyway. Like a bad ex-wife.
What? Whoa. Thank goodness I don't have any of those. Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, that was a wild one. Okay, well, we have 102 we have 102 folks watching us right now, so
Sharkana says, them's fighting words.
yeah, no kidding.
Flex Splines promises a lot. It looks great on the tin, and when you first download it, life's great. There's this wonderful honeymoon phase, and then you have to actually get working with it. You know, you settle into your normal life. Then the problems start to emerge.
Wow. Okay. Trying to relate it to having an ex-wife.
No, there's a particular problem with that mod. By the way, it allows you to do extremely long conveyors, which is so nice. But in order to make it work, it ends up sometimes overlapping segments of conveyors, and so things won't be actually connected properly. And so when you go to upgrade a conveyor, it can break, or you'll look at a conveyor and it'll look like it's working, but it's actually not. Or you'll see a higher level conveyor, but embedded into it is a lower level conveyor that you can't see, so you can't fix and can't upgrade, and so it just leads to wonky weirdness that has caused some heartache.
Yep. And that actually is true, unfortunately. And put that one there.
Hey, Sharkana. My name is Robert. I am Doc's son, and I edit for the channel. And I primarily read chat and just hang out and have fun.
And sometimes he comes and plays with me.
Yeah, sometimes.
Okay. And now let's go to the next level.
Bryn says, you know, the big problem about watching the streams for me is it's currently 2:20 a.m. and I'm in bed. And all I want to do is jump in the game and build.
Well,
Yes, it is amazing, Sharkana. I do quite enjoy being able to do this with Doc.
yep. We have, we actually have quite a close family. In the respect that we've got, you know, everybody, most everybody talks to each other regularly. We only have two sisters that are struggling to appreciate each other right now, but that's slowly getting better. So that's good.
That's good, because we're going to do some family game nights, and I can't do family game nights unless the entire family's there.
Yeah, that would be a true statement. Okay, now I've got doorways coming on both sides of each floor, all the way from bottom floor to the top. I think this one goes all the way to the bottom floor, does it? I'm not sure. Those lower floors are a little bit funky because they're the first that I built in this playthrough. So. Okay. I need to make some silica.
Sharkana says, it's definitely an issue for sure. Like my sister and I, most definitely does happening with, you know, sibling rivalry and stuff. Yeah.
Okay, we can go straight from raw to silica. Okay, good. Good. And it goes 1 to 5. My heaven's sakes.
Yeah, silica will very quickly clog your production system.
Yep. That is almost an understatement. And it's only a constructor. Very simple to make.
Hey, Doc, we
Yes.
have a good university question for you if you want to tackle something.
Yeah, let's do that. Okay. Echo 7720 says, how would you recommend somebody to start with nuclear for the first time? It's kind of scary because so much steps are involved. You hit it on the nose. Excuse me. That one came out of nowhere. You hit it on the nose. It is a lot of steps to do that. And most of the steps come after you get the power plant up and running. First off, you've got to have your nuclear suit on, and you've got to have the ionized filters. You got to make sure that you're protected and you have plenty of filters. Okay, first step. Second is you need to probably drone in the nuclear to the uranium from wherever it's at to a location where you have a substantial amount of water. So get that set up first. And then once you get the uranium there, you have to process the uranium into uranium pellets, and then you can put those in the power plant. So that process of getting them to uranium pellets isn't all that difficult, but it takes a few steps. The biggest challenge is processing it from your plutonium waste, the waste that comes from the first level of power plant, plutonium waste, into plutonium pellets. And then you have a decision whether to take those plutonium pellets into the next level. My preference is to take those and sink the plutonium pellets because they give you a lot of points in the awesome shop. So they give you a lot of coupons. And using those lots of coupons sometimes helps you get a lot of neat stuff later in the game so that you can progress further. So yes, there's a lot of steps, but just take it one step at a time. Make sure you build over a large water supply, like building in the north of the northern oil fields, where you've got that huge, kind of like an ocean out there that you can build out over, or you make sure that you can build next to the swamps, where you've got that big ocean area available for water extractors. Because it takes 2 water extractors for every nuclear power plant to get enough water to cycle through it. Even when they're fully overclocked, if you don't overclock them, you need like 4 of them. You need 600 water per minute, meters cubed per minute. 600. If you overclock it 250%, gives you 300 for each machine. If you don't overclock them, you're basically putting 5 extractors for every power plant. So I would suggest you make sure you've got a lot of power shards to do that, or prepare yourself to put down a whole lot of water extractors. So that's kind of where it's at. It is a difficult build, but a very rewarding one when you get it all working. And hopefully that helps. And let's go back to the game. That, yeah, it appears to be very daunting when you start considering nuclear.
And Saulo says, just got here from a few TikToks I saw of yours.
Okay.
What's the best spot for an oil farm?
I like to build the oil fuel-based power plants up in the northern oil fields. The northern oil fields have a lot of oil wells in that area. Oil nodes, I guess you'd call them in this game. And with a lot of oil nodes, you can get quite a lot of power out that direction. There are 2 other places. The second best one is in the west. In the west, where just off the coast in the west, there's 3 pure oil nodes and an oil geyser that you got to put a pressurizer on, and then you can extract the oil there. So you can't extract the oil from there until later in the game when you get a thing called the pressurizer. But that's a lucrative place to build a nice large power plant out there from the oil that you can get there. That third place, there's a fair amount of oil in the Dune Desert. There's like 3 oil wells to the east of the Dune Desert, and you can extract from those and do a pretty decent fuel-based power plant there. So the challenge there is you might want to transport the oil and refine it near the swamp, so you've got a lot of water. So So that's kind of where I've built fuel-based power plants before, and it's worked pretty well.
Very nice.
All right, let's get some splitters. There it goes again.
Weird.
Yep.
Saulo asks, can you point those out on the map? Do you have them explored in this world? No.
No.
Well,
But
the western oil fields. Yeah, actually 2 of them are.
I can bring the interactive map over here.
There you go.
And so if I actually go here, artifacts, not collectibles, artifact. Resource nodes. There we go. And I'm going to turn off the coal here. And just put the oil on here. So here you've got the oil over by the, I should probably say the third best is over here actually. You've got 3 pure and 2 normal and 1 impure down here by what they call the blue crater. Plenty of water here. It's a very large body of water that you can build a very sizable power plant over the water here. In the west, there's this off the coast. 2 pure, 2 pure and 2 normal. I was a little bit wrong there. Thought it was 3 pure. If we put resource wells, if we put a resource well on there for the oil, you've got even more opportunities there with this pure one here being a resource well. Okay, so quite a bit of oil here when you include the resource wells later on. If you don't include the resource wells, of course you're left with that. There's a little bit of oil here in the center of the map, and a little bit of oil here in the south of the Dune Desert, but your big area of oil is in this whole area here. These are on top of the cliffs, but all these are very accessible, and I've built a very successful power plant just north over the water here for an oil well there. So in the north there, in the west there, and Crater Lake, Blue Crater there. And this is the body of water I'm talking about for nuclear. And just let's go ahead and look at resources for nuclear here. So you've got a resource in a cave here that you could easily use to build a nuclear power plant over here. Resources on top of a cliff here that you can pull out and build your nuclear power plant over here. And you're noticing there's not a whole lot of uranium in the map. So here's a normal node here and a normal node there. But these aren't very close to bodies of water. You could try to use this body of water for nuclear, but I would be nervous about not having enough space there for enough if you wanted to really get your nuclear going well. I would transport these by drone, and I would go north with it. Oh, and there's another one there. This one's hugely at the top of a cliff. What's the altitude here? 465 meters up. What?
Yeah, it's the highest spot in the game there.
Yeah, so this one's hard to get to. Once you get up there, if you can drone it out, you can drone it over here. Notice there are not any pure uranium nodes. They're only normal nodes. That's by design. And this one's impure, pardon me. And this is normal. There's only normal and impure. This one's even an impure. And that's an impure. So 3 impure and 2 normal nodes on the entire map. So,
which is pretty crazy.
Yeah, but it's all you need. You don't need very much uranium to to start up a power plant at all, hardly any at all. So anyway, there's the map. Okay, and put YouTube back up there. All righty, here we go, and let's keep putting these up.
So one Metal Fist has been putting together a Lego car in that same series of that you got.
Yeah, the F1 series. Yeah. Okay.
Or at least a similar series. This doesn't look like an F1 car, but it's...
You gonna show it on your screen?
Sure, let me... Oh, this is an Aston Martin.
Oh,
So
that's a cool car. British?
From the Lego Technic line. Let me pop it up here. There you go, Doc.
Oh, nice.
Top view. So it looks like the hood comes up and the gull wing doors open and all that stuff. So yeah, pretty cool. Pretty cool.
A good James Bond car.
Yep, good classic car. Very fun. Saulo says, thank you very much.
Very good. Okay. I hope I've left enough distance here. I might not have again.
Yeah. Morning says, my friend got bored and quit, but I want to keep playing. Should I keep playing without him?
Absolutely. Yeah. He got bored. Oh boy. I find this game anything but boring.
Yeah. I find playing this game with friends is fun. I wouldn't choose to play this game on my own. You know, like, I enjoyed it for a while, but on my own, nah. But with friends, it's fun. But that's kind of my ethos with a lot of games, is I want to play games with friends. So... Sugar Butter Waffle says, I enjoy it and streamed it to my friends who like to listen to the music and watch.
Okay.
That's cool.
Yeah.
You know, I've more than once sat in a call with friends and all of us are streaming on Discord to each other. So we all have a window or watching everybody else play, and we're all playing completely different games, and we're just hanging out and chatting, doing our own thing.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, wow, 37.5 per minute. Wow. 480 is the current level. 37.5 means I can only handle a little bit less than 13 machines each. Wow. Okay. So, body doubling. Okay. Okay, so I can handle 13 machines at a time. And the 480 will be full. Okay. So I need to copy this.
Bryn says, the joy of playing alone is you never walk up to something your friend has built and go into shock at the horror of it. I've done that once or twice.
Oh, being shocked at the horror?
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to do Control V and I keep on hitting V.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go. Now we're getting it. I forgot to copy. I forgot to put it in the original machine and then copy that machine when I placed them down.
Yeah.
I need to go get some more Mercer spheres so I can unlock the next levels of my dimensional depot.
Yeah.
Because at this point, I need multiple dimensional depots to keep up with construction.
Yeah, definitely.
Especially when I'm building a new floor on my factory and I need more concrete.
Mm-hmm. Are you still working towards the last phase part there? Or are you just totally off on a different tangent?
I am still working towards my last phase part, yes.
Oh, okay.
I haven't forgotten that. I needed some other pieces of the ACU to make the, adaptive control unit.
Mm-hmm.
I needed the heavy modular frames, which is what I just got done building.
Oh, cool.
I also need computers, which I have not building in a computer line yet. So I am building circuit boards and building the automated wiring because that was in the last phase. So the next thing to do is I need to build a computer. And I don't want to build a wimpy computer line because I'm going to be needing computers for later items. So
yeah, I'm pretty sure the circuit board's the hardest part of the computer line, though, right?
What does it take to make a circuit board? No, not really. 7.5 per minute with one and
well,
one.
What else do you need for the computer?
I need cable and plastic.
So the circuit board is the hardest part. So computers aren't that hard to make.
Right at this point, because I've already got a good circuit line going, circuit board line going. So yeah, it's a matter of getting going on it. But I need to build my floors too. Okay, come on, turn. No, because I need a merger. That's not a merger. That's why I needed a merger, not a splitter. There we go. Okay, why is my sound died? I'm not hearing my game sounds.
Interesting. Can you move next to a conveyor? Yeah, I'm seeing nothing either.
I'm not getting any construction sounds or anything.
Weird. We got a couple people popping in on YouTube who are speaking French.
Okay.
Luckily, it's auto-translating for us.
Oh, good. I'm glad to hear that. And they're saying...
is it nap time after 4 a.m.?
After 4... I would assume if you've not gone to bed for the night, I would assume that it's now nap time.
Okay, Doc, those are wrong.
Exactly. At what point did they change?
That's why I don't ever blindly place. I watch every one of them.
I watch every one of them. I'm so perfect. I just do things just perfectly and never make that stupid mistake. And you just complain too much about it.
Or are you mocking me about you getting things wrong?
Because it's a whole lot more fun to mock you than it is to admit that I messed up again. Again.
Yeah.
And again. And again. There we go. Now let's see if I can put a merger on correctly.
See, the best part is when I point out that he's wrong, he mocks me for it. And then when I don't point it out afterwards, he's like, Robert, are you just sitting there watching me do it wrong this whole time? Do you enjoy watching me make mistakes? Look, maybe it is nap time for Doc. Yeah, Tom says it's a joke about the nap time. saying it's nap time. So
Yeah.
oh, good to have you here, dude. And it looks like the translations are coming through decently well enough.
Okay. Good.
One Metal Fist says Ito's. I don't know who Ito is. Next project is the Lego Technic 4GT.
Okay.
That'd be a fun model to put together.
Now, Lego Technic means that you can put a motor in it and run it, right?
Technic does have motors, but like the model you put together was a Lego Technic model, wasn't it? I'm pretty sure it was under the Technic brand.
I'd have to get it off the shelf and go take a look.
Technic does do the motors, but it also just comprises of the more adult stuff.
Okay. More complex stuff.
Yeah.
I guess is what you can say.
But it's crazy. I mean, Lego's primary audience is adults now.
It's grown up with them.
Yeah. They put a lot of really big, complex sets out, and they're pretty neat. Ragnar says, new channel, Napping with Dog.
Have you caught me napping yet?
Not on stream, luckily.
Yeah, not on stream, luckily.
I mean, Garrett's fallen asleep on the stream before. But...
on his stream?
No, on your stream.
On my stream, yeah. He had a hard time being excited.
There were a couple months there where Garrett came in to be the chat reader while I tried to do editing, and Garrett just struggled.
Yeah. Yep, he did. All right, I've got to get power up to this floor. I need to take a stretch break.
Okay. Does that mean your back's feeling better, Doc?
No.
Aw.
Doesn't. Although I did take my pain meds this morning to hopefully alleviate that.
That's good. Well, Metalfist says Lego Technic means the model has working mechanical parts, not just a display piece. So the wheels turn, the engine moves, parts can open or close. You can even buy third-party motor kits sometimes to turn some models into remote control cars.
That's nice.
That would be cool.
Yeah. That would be cool. Stretch. Sit carefully. Get settled back in. Okay. All right. Okay, I've got to get power up.
You didn't hear that either.
What did I hear? What did
You
I
did not hear an Ada note. Okay, yeah, your audio isn't working at all. Can you check to see if your system's muted? Because that came from Ada, so that came from your web presence. So, and your speaker did your monitor didn't even play the sound because then we'd hear it.
Right.
So,
Audio is still says that it's enabled.
okay.
Wow. What happened here? Okay.
Okay.
And the setting is for what? The speaker's totally changed even. I wonder what caused that.
Well, we're in the middle of playing.
Okay. I'm getting sound again.
Yep, we got audio.
Wow, right in the middle of playing it just quit. I don't have power in this corner.
The Crafter says, howdy, Doc and Co. What are you working on today?
Just work. Right now I'm working on silica. And as soon as that gets done, I'll pull some plastic up here and my circuit boards up here and work on some a computer line. Yeah, I need to reverse this. This is not correct. That's a wall. I got it. Okay, settle down. Okay.
I'm the
Much
Sassy
better.
Man says, "Hey Doc, just wanted to say thank you again. I've shared your videos with my best friend. We both play on Satisfactory server and we're on phase 5. Trying to
Fantastic.
rush it through it so we can restart."
Okay. And restarting is fun. Literally, restarting is fun.
And Tom asks, why are you building such a large silica factory?
Because I build a lot of glass in walls. I don't put a lot of lighting up because I just make the walls in glass so that there's enough light inside. That's the end of a line. Yeah, so that I can make... I answered the question, didn't I?
Sounds good to me.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to F2 that and go from there. And it is long enough. Good. And now I can go up. Okay. Oh, okay. Got a great message there.
One Metal Fist says, Doc and Robert, I think you'd both enjoy Iron Nest Heavy Turret Simulator. It's not really about aiming or fast reactions. The whole game is about calculations, planning, and setting things up correctly. If your math and setup are right, you hit the enemy. Doc could even play it solo. It's more about using your brain than being precise with a mouse.
Okay.
I saw somebody play it a month or two ago, and it did look like a lot of fun. It's the kind of game that you could sit down and play for an afternoon and have a lot of fun with it.
Interesting.
Didn't know it was out yet. Cool.
All right. I must have one here that didn't get the message on the recipe. Okay. Why?
As soon as we can get Doc back in the studio for a few more hours, that's the kind of thing that Doc's going to do a bit more often.
Yep. Somewhere along the line, the recipe didn't copy.
Gotta do some more copy paste.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and power these up and see how many I've got to copy paste.
Okay. NG says, "Hey Doc, first time watching. Your videos help me so much. Thank you for all your content. Just started making aluminum, and your build on aluminum solution helped me a lot."
All right. Yeah, that was a good video. Looks like none of the copying worked. I went through this whole line and did a copy, and none of it so far has worked.
Interesting. And call sign Wolfman's here. Says, afternoon. Been a little while.
Yeah, yes. Glad to have you back.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Oh. Yeah, One Metal Fist says that game is on sale at the moment. And it's a fairly cheap game from what I recall when I looked at it. One of those $10 games-ish. So.
Okay.
Yeah, it's really cool. The whole idea of the game is you're inside a gigantic turret. And, like, big enough you can walk around from one place to another. And you have a huge map of the region. And you receive instructions as to where you need to target. and you get to interpret those instructions, go to the map, plot the correct direction, and then input all the correct numbers into all the different machines, and then fire, and you could see the trajectory and where it lands. And it's a puzzle game
Okay.
for that, and it's really well done.
Good graphics?
Yeah. It's an intentionally very limited game, right? I'm pretty sure it's done by like a solo developer, a very small team. So you aren't seeing the terrain around you almost at all. You're just inside this turret. And so they're able to make that inside of the turret look really nice without spending a whole lot of resources.
Okay, I've got green. Now I've got to figure out where my brakes have to be so that I can actually output. So I'm going to do 12 at a time. See what that gets me. I'm going to start from this end. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. There's 12. Break it there. Okay.
The game is called Iron Nest. Those who asked.
Iron Nest, huh?
Callsign Wolfman has been on vacation as well as busy with a long music project. Now getting back into Satisfactory.
Okay. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12 puts me to that one. Okay.
He says you can actually see outside too. It's not just static images. It feels like old military targeting where they use aerial photos to confirm whether a shot hit. That's what makes the game cool. It makes a strange technology with the methods that feel straight out of World War I or World War II. Yeah, you can see the outside, but it's just this tiny sliver from a really far distance. You're not getting tons of detail, so it's not a war simulation, right? So. Well, we have somebody asking for your help, Doc.
Okay. Help.
Let's put this in the university.
Okay.
When you're done with that conveyor.
Okay. Okay. I have a lot going into that one conveyor, one machine. Okay, let's go to the university. It says forsake. That's cool. Forsake. Can you help me? I'm on phase 2. Don't know how to start the first big factory. You just keep expanding. You go, now that you're on phase 2, you just start with that first tier in phase 2, and you start working just to get the next part done. And realistically, you just focus on each tier that you're trying to work on, and it really guides you through the rest of the program. The really realistically, the program is all of it, all a tutorial. The mode that they put you in at the very beginning guides you through the whole game, in a tutorial sort of fashion, telling you the next part to make, and then the next part to make, and then the next part to make. It guides you through working with constructors, and then assemblers, which is two items being assembled into one, then into manufacturers eventually when you hit phase 3, that that put 4 different parts together to make a more complex component. And then you even get more complex machines as time goes on. But it does it in this tutorial sort of method where it takes you tier by tier, making each type of part, and then sending it to the hub for tiers, and then to the space elevator for the phase 2 parts. So what you do is you just follow that pattern, all the way through. You then just keep on building walls and building another floor on your factory, or building your factory horizontally, and giving yourself more space so you can put more and more manifolds together. And if you're struggling to know what a manifold is, I definitely have videos that talk about a manifold and how that can be done and assembled. So I hope that helps, keeps you moving forward. And let's go back to the game.
Okay. We have a first-time chat from Jazanthropus
Wow.
saying, "Hey, y'all, I'm new here, but I have about 200 hours in Satisfactory.
Okay.
Quit my first save in phase 4, and into my second at phase 3, doing better organizationally this time around.
Okay.
Question for Doc: How do you decide how high to build your floors?"
Okay, that is actually a very good question. When I have a floor that the tallest item is a sink, and that's probably one of the very first items that you're going to build that's tall, it takes a foundation, a wall piece, 8 wall pieces high for your next floor, and that gives you enough room for your sink. So let us go down one floor, because I just put this new floor up there. And you'll notice that I have a sink over here. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 walls. And it is plenty of room to make the sink comfortable. If I do it 6 high, the antenna here pokes through. And I believe 7 high, it does fine, but I like to make it 8 high. So didn't quite get up there to stay up there long enough to show. But yeah, 8 high, it leaves you plenty of room for your sinks. You need to go a bit taller later on, when you've got some more exotic, like the particle accelerator is a very tall building to build. And the particle accelerator needs more space than 8. But that is a very end game machine. You won't encounter that until you're in, at least I believe, into phase 4, possibly phase 5. So that'll hopefully help you to build as tall as you need to. And let's go ahead and, well, I didn't answer that in the university, and that's okay.
Lexi says, Doc, using the mod alien artifact conversion SMR will improve your production by approximately 50%. Robert has more info.
Okay. More info on what? The what?
The alien artifact conversion mod allows you to convert summer sloops to Mercer spheres and vice versa.
I like the idea of summer sloops to Mercer spheres. Mercer spheres to summer sloops.
Yeah, Mercers to summer soups, I think I do, not vice versa, but
Wow. Okay. Okay. Okay, we're still filling her up. And this one is filling up too.
Call sign Wolfman says, "Did you ever finish your 100% multi-save game, or how long did it take?"
My 100x game.
Yeah.
The 100x game we did not finish. No. We did not finish that one. And the only reason for not finishing it literally is because we just. Why didn't we finish it, Robert? Because we went on to the group play, I think it was.
Yeah, we put together a multiplayer a member server, and we started playing on that, and then the member server needed more memory, and so we lowered the memory, and then we didn't play it for a while, and so now that the member server is winding down, we'll take it down, but we're kind of juggling projects basically. And right now Doc's working on a quick play world where everything. What are all the rules for the quick play world, Doc?
This quick play world, oh gosh, I didn't even write it down, all the things, but basically the production parts are like only 25% of normal. I think you need 100 adaptive control units, and I'm only being required to get 25. It's like 25%, and then power requirements are half, so that the additional machines that I need to make don't require as much power, so I can make these huge long huge long manifolds, and still have enough power to get them all powered up. So I think those are the only two things I tweaked. I think I did part cost at half or something like that too. I'm asking for some validation.
I don't remember.
Yeah.
But yeah, this was intentionally so we could make a video series just kind of talking Doc's thoughts on progress in the game, and so all the recent videos we've been putting out have been from this world.
Yep.
So
yeah. No, I didn't want to do that. I want to do that, and I think this is my last sloop.
Call sign Wolfman says it's a great spot to build steel factory in the desert. I have the game mode set to all pure nodes and power set to 25%. My coal generator is located in the Crater Lakes, trying to keep it local.
Very good. Huh. No, I think I'm going to leave that port available to send silica downstream if I need it somewhere, like in the aluminum plant that I have not made yet. Yeah. Okay. Man, that is just still running like crazy. That is still running like crazy. Okay. And there's still not enough machines taking enough here. That's still halting. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. It's working. I've got the silica. Now what next? I need my adaptive control unit. I think I said I needed computers, right?
Yes, sir.
I needed computers. I've already got this being built, that being built, that being built. It's a computer line next. So 2.5 per minute, and you're doing manufacturers again, which means probably a double manifold line. So we can get only 2.5 per minute. Barf.
Barf, barf.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'm going to just come on down here. I'm going to start the line down here equal to where this line ended.
Oh, you were asked that question. Oh, I'm sorry. Uh, Wolfman asked, where is a great spot to build a steel factory in the desert?
Oh, well, is the steel factory in the desert. Which desert? Dune or
You know
Rocky?
what? Let's go ahead and do that in. I'm betting it's Dune Desert. Go ahead and answer that. We'll take that to the university. I'm
Okay.
sorry. I thought you were reporting on what you were doing.
Ah, okay. So
So
we get a clarification. Or should I just answer the question for both Dune and Rocky
he
deserts?
does say Dune Desert. So let's go ahead and take this to the university and
Mhm.
have you answer it as a question in the university. Okay.
All righty. I am going to pull over the interactive map to answer that question. Okay, where is a great spot to build a steel factory in the desert? I have all the game mode set to all pure. Okay, power set to 25%. Coal generators located coal generator located in the crater lakes. Trying to keep it local. Okay, okay. Crater Lakes is closer to the Rocky Desert than it is the Dune Desert. Okay. Well, I will show you where I built a good um, Dune Desert um, power plant. So
A
you've
steel plant.
steel plant. Sorry. Notice in the Dune Desert you've got quite a bit of coal in the northern area, and I focused on these two pure nodes right here. They're in at the edge of a crater that's right here, um, and so I focused on those two pure nodes. Then you need also iron ore for that, and of course, iron ore is so plentiful in the Dune Desert that you really don't have a problem with the iron ore issue here. So I would take it from one of these iron nodes here, and I would build it right there where you've got plentiful coal and um, plentiful iron, and build you a huge platform right here, and get to making a huge amount of steel. Now, I would try to get the solid steel recipe so that you can pre-process the ore into ingots and then put the ingots into the recipe for making steel. It'll increase your steel production, and it allows you to, well, just get faster and more steel out of the coal and iron that you find by pre-processing the iron into ingots. So plenty of iron ore. These two, if you decide that to make it even bigger, you can always go to these normal nodes right here, or even normal and impure nodes. Up there's an impure node and two normal nodes there. So in any case, building it right here in the center allows you to build a huge steel plant, and then transport it anywhere on the map that you want. So hopefully that helps. And let's go back to the game. Let's pull this back off and
So the
dock it
mod that
back
Lexi
there.
mentioned takes excited photonic matter
Uh-huh.
and SAM fluctuators, time crystals, and a summer sloop to make a sphere. Or you could just swap the sphere for the summer sloop and go the other direction. So she says it does eat a lot of power though.
Well, yeah, that particular machine eats a lot of power just by itself. Um, the question is on the sloop side, on the Mercer Sphere side, making summer sloops, that allows you to create more power augmenters, and with more power augmenters, it alleviates a lot of the need to create big power plants,
Yeah.
at the expense of having Mercer spheres and having a strong dimensional depot system. Definitely trade-offs there, but that really could be a strong end game position to take.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I am out of Mercer spheres again. None in depot, and none in my bags. So, and of course, there's none in storage either. Um, okay.
Row.
Yep, we're starting to get filled up here. Well,
Oh,
no,
good.
that shouldn't have. That should not have been stopped. Although, at the backside, it is having a hard time getting rid of them. I could rebalance this even better because the last one is only I could balance it rather than putting 12 12 and then the leftover.
Oh, there's an infinite loop with this, though, as Lexi points out.
Uh-huh.
If you use that mod and then you sloop the output, you get double the spheres. And then you do the other one going from spheres to sloops, and you sloop the output to get double the sloops back. And so it's infinite spheres and sloops once you have it set up.
Oh.
And you just have to make a couple of power augmenters to offset it, and you're good.
Interesting.
Infinite loops.
Infinite loops to create infinite zoops.
You said it.
Yeah. All right, we are full.
I have a very sleepy puppy at my feet.
Yeah, that's
He
nice.
keeps on kicking my toes in his sleep. It's pretty funny.
Oh, he's sleep dreaming. in his
Yeah.
sleep. That's funny. All right, call sign Wolfman has a follow-up question to the solid steel.
Yep, I think we're gonna take that one to the. I mean, Callsign Wolfman is one of the best people that we have at asking good questions.
Yeah, that's
So-
true. Yeah, that's true.
Let's
All
put
right,
it up
so
there.
a follow-up question from callsign Wolfman. He says, for making a solid steel factory, is it better to have a modular factory and have each small plant at those locations, or build a bigger steel factory and have it transported? In this case, it's much better to have it transported because you've got a location that is really ripe for building a large steel plant, and then from the steel, building from the ingots to the next thing, and then ingots to the next thing again. It's really better to have a huge steel plant, and then possibly build modular factories coming from that, and then transporting out from there. Just for example, here, if we go here and we just type in steel, the only two things you make from steel ingots are beams and steel pipes. Okay, that's it. So steel beams though can go encased industrial beams, versatile framework. Both of those can be built in a modular factory close by. There's plenty of limestone in the northern oil fields in the Dune Desert, so you can make a lot of your industrial beams. Go to your steel pipe, and you've got the steel pipe going into encased industrial beams going into your modular frames too, your heavy modular frames as well. So you having a good modular factory hanging off of your steel factory to make beams and steel pipes becomes incredibly useful at that point, to have a good solid line of steel pipe being manufactured. So having it transported from there to other parts of the world, so that you can build other things from the pipes and beams, is a good idea too. So hope that helps.
No, looking good.
Okay, so these right now are now filled with 200 each, and the stockpile is 600. And the only thing I need to make sure of is that my steel beams are filling my bags, filling the depot. And steel pipe, steel beams, it's got 600. So let's start. Well, so do I finish building my factory walls with the windows that I wanted to do, or do I start the? I think I start the computer factory.
Yeah, do it.
Let's get the computer factory. I've got to get off of phase 3 and onto phase 4. I
Yep.
got to get off the dime here and start actually getting something done. So let's.
Me Please says, I try to avoid steel except for steel beams.
Mhm.
Everything else has an alt.
Okay. So you can avoid using the steel pipes. It sounds like. All right. I've got a manufacturer here, and I need to point it that direction, and I want it to be on that corner right there. Now, I'm going to... I don't want to do that. I want to do the computer. I've got plenty of cable and a good stockpile of circuit boards, and I've got plastic coming in from a train. So with all 4 of those, I should be well set. Okay, so I've set that. I'm going to copy. Actually, I'm going to copy the whole device.
DeCrafter says, as someone who played their first save in the Dune Desert, I'm confused why the game gives a warning about that being a starter spot. It was actually insanely plentiful, and you only have to start bringing in materials from elsewhere once you get to aluminum. At that point, though, you should already have access to trains or other transport, even though I chose not to use them.
Yeah, I think they call it advanced because of the somewhat scarce availability of water. You do have 2 lakes there, but you can't put a whole bunch of extractors on just those 2 lakes. You really have to go over the cliff and go to the ocean to get plentiful water. And so that is, I believe, the reason why they call it an advanced area, just because of the water transport. So I need motors, and I create the motors. How many floors down do I create the motors? And why I don't have a depot that's filling motors, I would like to know. See, this is my store of cable. The thing is, you need cable for a lot of different things in the end game. So, in spite of Robert's protestations, I built a lot of storage for cable.
Yeah, because stores don't help you none.
Storage is waste, right?
Yep, Muda. Get rid of it. One Metal Fist says, Duck, which do you prefer cooking on? A gas grill or a charcoal grill?
Wow. Probably gas, because I'm just lazy.
It's laziness, huh?
Yeah, definitely laziness.
We don't grill all that often, do we?
We don't. We definitely don't grill that often.
Where we live in Missouri, it's like when the weather gets good and it comes time to, okay, now we can do our outdoor activities, it's like the weather's good, go do it now. Because you get like a 2 or 3 week window when the weather's good in the spring, and then suddenly it's just too hot. And then when the fall comes, it's like, oh, look, it's finally cooling off. Oh, that's so nice. It's not so terrible anymore. well, you better go out and get some outdoor activities done, or else it's just gonna be suddenly too cool.
All right. I'm having to unfortunately put these motors that have built up in this storage unit into inventory and manually put them into the depot because I don't have enough merchant spares to make a depot for that one. All right, back up to the top. Almost ready to create an elevator. But it's still faster to run upstairs than it is to wait for an elevator.
Yeah.
And that's sad. I mean, they should make an express elevator. Or somebody ought to make a mod
Well,
for
it's
an
like
express elevator.
what I've wanted is and somebody else might have said this. I want there to be 2 elevators, a freight elevator and a personnel elevator. What we have currently is the size of a freight elevator. It should be big enough that tractors and the carts can get on it and can go up and down, so they interact with paths. Right? I would love for a small vehicle, not a truck, but a tractor or a factory cart, to either go on an elevator, go up or down, and then get off of it. That would be awesome.
In an automated fashion?
In an automated fashion, okay? And then you have the personnel elevator, which would be the quarter the size of what we currently have, and it should be about twice as fast. That's what I want.
Wow, tall order. Tall order.
One Metal Fest, oh boy. Doc and Robert, what's the most stereotypically American thing you've ever done? Something that would make anyone outside the U.S. immediately say, well, that's so American.
That's an interesting question.
Well, we did something like that not too long ago.
Okay.
We went on a trip where everybody just brought their guns to go shooting, and that was fun.
Yeah.
One of our friends bought their 50 cal, and so we're all able to, just everybody gathered around. Everybody got to take a couple shots of the 50 cal. Whole lot of fun. But I mean, it's not like guns don't exist outside the U.S. But between the 20 guys we had there, we probably had 40 plus guns. We had 2 tables completely full of ammo. Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Yep.
All the kids, sat there around the fire playing around, whatever else. All the adults went over, played with the big boy guys, big boy toys. That was fun. I mean, that's not too terribly American, but that was, and it was just on some dude's farm.
Yep.
Which was fun.
It was the brother of the leader of our men's group.
Oh, okay. And it was just, come on out and have some fun shooting.
Yep.
Cool.
So I keep running out of frames, and the depot isn't keeping up. So I'm going to go grab some frames. Something very American you did in Robert. I still know you prefer Seattle. He prefers Seattle weather. Everything else about Seattle, forget it.
Yes, I prefer Seattle and the mountains.
Yes. They don't know what mountains are down here.
They keep on looking over at hills and saying, that's a mountain.
Yeah.
No.
They keep on calling the Ozarks mountains. The Ozark mountain range. No. Where's the snow?
Way too small to be mountains. I mean,
Yep.
sure, they're high up off the ocean, but What Metal Fist says, that is super American. Never had anyone outside the US say, my friend bought a new gun, let's go try out our guns together. Well, there you go.
Okay. And it was quite interesting to shoot that 50 caliber gun. Oof. That thing was loud. You put on your ear protection to stand next to that one.
One of those, you feel it in the chest, right?
Yep. Even when you're not shooting it.
Especially when you're not shooting it. That's the part that surprised me the most, is it's when you're standing behind the person doing the shooting, behind to the side, that you just feel that massive impact of all the air, you know. That was cool.
Yeah. I wonder if I'm able to make a at what point do you unlock, I can't remember, unlock the hover pack?
Yeah, not yet for you.
Not yet for me.
Yeah, I think it's phase 4.
Okay. Well, I need to go grab some plastic and cable.
Yep. Carrie Please says, Washington has the only rainforest in North America, and it is beautiful.
Yeah, it is.
Agreed.
And the interesting thing about it is Washington has both a desert and a rainforest.
With separation by a real mountain range.
Yes.
Unlike the Ozarks, like Bulldog says, when I lived in Kansas, we considered the Ozarks to be mountains.
Uh-huh. And they do get up to 1,600 feet, going from Arkansas up to where we live. When we drive south of, oh gosh, when we're trying to go toward the center of Kansas, we actually drive through more of the Ozark Mountains, and it does get up to 1,600 feet. And so, yeah, they do get snow in the winter, pretty good snow in the winter, but you know, but they don't stay snow caps year round, and that's kind of our definition of a mountain. Okay, we have rubber there, and we have plastic here. Okay.
What Metal Fist says, it's just the sheer blast. Imagine standing far, far behind a jet as it takes off. You know how powerful that jet wash is.
Oh,
now
yeah.
imagine 3, 4, maybe even 5 times that force.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the concussion.
Oh, and the fact that gun, I'm sorry, that's a heavy gun. Holy cow. Nearly everybody just let it sitting on the table and sat up to the table for it. I was among the few who tried to heft it. And it's not just the sheer weight, because you can carry that weight. The fact that you have to carry it and hold it in front of you, and you have to hold it in front of you long enough that you can get a sight picture and look down the scope and see what you're seeing. Or look down the sights. It didn't have a scope, it just had sights, but look down the sights. Nobody hit what we were aiming for. Nobody did. And we were aiming directly at a berm, right?
Yeah.
But nobody hit what they were aiming at, because just picking up, holding it.
Now they hit it when they were on the table.
Yeah. Carry Me Please says, shooting an AT-4 was an experience. There isn't recoil per se, it's an explosion in a tube. You feel the shockwave expand through your body. I had little cuts on my face from the shockwave ripple.
Really?
Oof. I'm gonna look up the AT-4 to see what he's talking about. Oh, as in the anti-tank weapon, the rocket launcher. That's cool. Yeah, that's probably what he's talking about. That sounds awesome.
Yeah, that would be an awesome thing to
Now,
shoot.
a rocket launcher is not the kind of thing you say, hey guys, I just bought a rocket launcher. You want to go shoot it with me? That's not something that's common out here.
No. I can't imagine our government would allow us to.
That
To
does
buy that.
require special licensing. You
would
can,
think.
but special licensing required. And Roman Armor says, don't nobody restart Satisfactory. There's a 10 gig download that's broken mods.
What?
Luckily, Doc, the mods we use, at least the mods that I have loaded, are not broken by it. So,
Are not broken by the update?
yeah. Yeah, Carry Me Please says, yeah, I was deployed out with the SEALs in 07. We got to shoot everything in the arsenal.
Yeah.
That's awesome. He did comms support for them. Oh, very cool.
All right. Everything is powered up now. So now I just need to get... Okay, I'm going to write notes down because I always forget. The circuit board. And the cable. And the plastic. And put that all together, and you get 2.5 per minute of computers. Okay, 2.5, 5, and 10. 2.5, 5, and 10. Double this, double that. Interesting. So we need 10 per minute plastic. The big question is, let's get the plastic up here first. Plastic, and then cable and circuit boards. Because I believe I make circuit boards right here. I believe, anyway. Nope. Circuit boards don't have motors in them. I believe circuit boards are made on this floor anyway. But let's go get... Cable is made on that floor. And... plastic is brought in on this floor. Okay, I'm going to put a conveyor wall hole here.
So, by comparison, Doc, I want to pull this up on the screen.
Okay.
When people talk about mountains versus hills,
Uh-huh.
okay, those are the Cascade Mountains.
Yep.
So, growing up, I grew up north of Seattle, and that's what I saw outside my bedroom window. Right? Those are mountains, and they were beautiful and gorgeous. This is the reason why I love Seattle. This is the reason why I love the area. This is the reason why we can have a rainforest on the western side of it and a desert on the eastern side of it, because
Yeah.
they are so big, they stop all weather.
Yeah, they stop the weather. It builds up and drops most of the rain on the western side.
Mhm.
And when it goes over, all those clouds have been basically stripped of the rain, and it goes over and creates a desert on the other side.
So and this is not arguing that something like this is the Adirondack Mountains. Okay. Those are still some very pretty areas, very beautiful, but you can tell very definitely that the elevation change is not as severe. Right? They don't have the same, it doesn't have the same effect on the area.
Mm-hmm.
So still can be beautiful, but you know, it's not this.
Yep.
So yeah, we live in an area, you know, we're technically in the Ozark Mountains right now, but other than the fact that the ground, if you ever try to dig anywhere around here, it's like you get down 2 inches and you're on bedrock.
Yeah.
Quite often.
Not
You know?
bedrock, but loose rock, definitely.
Sure.
Yep.
But
And I'm going to have to turn that to go up the next level.
By the way, Doc, Garrett has been secretly recruiting that, when he, finally moves on, he's gonna go buy a mountain in northern Idaho.
Oh,
And
yes.
that's what he keeps us like. He's gonna go buy a mountain in northern Idaho, and he's been trying to recruit me and Spencer to go with him.
Okay. I will have a word or two to say about that.
Oh yeah. Word number one: if you hear of a location called Ruby Ridge, move on. Just
Yeah.
keep shopping.
Keep shopping. Yes. Ruby Ridge is a rather infamous location in our location. Yeah, just an infamous location.
Yeah. Right up there in northern Idaho, like 10 minutes away from where our grandpa used to live, Doc.
Is that
Like 20 minutes away, I should say.
really?
Actually. Yeah.
It was
Yeah. Found out later.
Oh, really? Okay.
Wonder why the land prices were so cheap.
Because there's a bunch of rednecks up there.
Yeah.
Rednecks that love to shoot at federal agents.
We're not going into that.
Nope, let's not.
Federal agents would like to frame people.
Mm-hmm.
Not going into that. I'm the Saxy Man asks, Doc, do you ever use the personal or public notes feature? If so, what for?
What's that is referring to is if you go here and you click the plus, you get over here, and then once you have that, you can then edit the to-do list and play and use public notes and private notes. Public notes appear when you're playing multiplayer to all the players playing. Okay. Private notes, I don't think appear except just on your console.
Right.
So you can see it on your monitor, but your other players don't see it on their monitor. And yes, I have in the past, especially when I've been playing with like Robert or something, as to keep us on track for what we're doing next, what we're all working on for next. So once you put in public notes, you can actually get rid of those and it stays there. So there's a note. And so if I'm working on particularly to build something, you can't get to it unless there's something on it, Robert.
Okay.
It looks like you have to be able to edit the to-do list and to edit that note. So I'm looking for circuit boards, cable, and plastic. And I can go ahead and I don't want clean pipe necessarily, but I do I'm just going to leave that there like that. And if I'm looking for those three, that's where I can put my notes instead of grabbing my notepad. So that's pretty cool. And probably should have. There it is. Wow. Okay.
What's up?
Well, those kind of bent crazy. I kind of bent crazy and got in the way of... I'm not using these anymore. But I do need to reconnect So what was that was coming? I need those for adaptive control units. Doggone it. I'm not thinking right.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I need that for adaptive control units eventually when I get that far. But I do need the circuit boards. And the circuit boards are being built here. So where's the output from those circuit boards going? They're going this direction. And they're in that container.
Doc, Carrie posted a picture of the day firing the rocket. Doesn't say whether that was, let's see. That's cool. This is a picture. Carrie doesn't say if this was him or not, but take a look at this. You can say the rocket.
Oh,
You could
wow.
see the actual shockwave coming from behind. That's a perfect shot.
No
to hit
kidding.
that.
Somebody had a high speed enough camera to actually capture it.
That's pretty crazy.
That is good.
He says, this is a good shot showing the shockwave, the fireball, and the projectile. It does literally make your heart skip a beat, and I felt exhausted afterwards. I have no idea how the range master stood there for 50 shots.
Wow.
He says, and that one is a Carl Gustav. I don't know what he means by that. Oh, no. One Metal Fist says, Doc and Robert, don't know if you heard about this, but Ireland got so mad at Israel they removed an Israeli-made system from their government jet. The one that helps with low visibility landings. In Ireland. The country famous for fog and awful weather.
Uh-huh.
Uh-oh. Every time I hear that story, I can't help laughing at the irony.
Oof. Yeah, no kidding.
Sounds like freedom fries.
Freedom fries?
Remember that?
No, I don't.
Oh gosh, that was one of those George W. Bush-isms during the beginnings of the War on Terror, and we were having some spats with the French and whether they were gonna, supply troops, whatever else. And so he says, "We're not gonna call them French fries anymore. They're freedom fries."
Okay.
I love it. So much of politics is just ridiculous.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, on the same note, Doc, the foreign minister for Japan, I think that's his title, just sent a note saying it is inappropriate for other countries, specifically the Trump administration, to use Pokemon and Naruto intellectual property in their social media postings. Didn't say it was illegal, didn't say they were going to do anything, they just said it's not appropriate to use.
Oh, brother.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Yep.
Please remember to stay within your designated zone as stated in
Sorry,
your
Doc.
contract.
I needed to stay in the
Violation of
resonated
this
zone.
contract will result in serious consequences should you survive.
I didn't survive, so.
No, you didn't.
All right. I will try a more appropriate method to get my lifts put on those. So let's try this again. Yeah, there's where it is. Fun. We can stay on longer, can't we? I okay. That means I got to go to work on other things.
Oh no.
You've probably got a ton of scripts for me to read.
And on a blueprinter doesn't save their scaling, because of course it doesn't.
Interesting. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So your funky project has got another roadblock.
Yep.
Okay. Now I need to go up a floor.
Ragnar thinks you should build a safety net.
Build a safety net.
Yep.
Okay.
One Metal Fist says, he just sounds like the responsible adult in the group who doesn't like grown adults using childish stuff. He has that grumpy old man vibe like the group's representative from Japan.
Is he referring to me?
I think he's talking about the Japanese representative.
Oh.
It's inappropriate to use.
Mm-hmm.
And anyway, and it's one of those, we don't, yeah, anyway.
We don't
no
care.
other comments needed.
We don't care. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, sorry, Wolfman. I read your comment. Didn't say it out loud. He says, I know you and Doc don't play on the Xbox, but not able to save a blueprint for other game save files on Xbox, which sucks. Xbox is the only game that blueprints can't be saved for other save builds.
Yeah, exactly.
That's too bad.
Yeah, because you can't transfer the files.
Yeah.
Okay. The big question is, how high are those really? I'll have to go up the floor and see. Candy for my man Robert. Robert, Ada needs to tell me something.
Nutritional protocol update. You are now authorized to consume 1 Butterfinger. This is not a reward. It is a calculated morale adjustment. Do not attempt to exceed the quota.
Oh dear.
Consequences will be both immediate and sticky.
That's the same announcement you got.
All right. Well, we got to go to the store, Robert.
Yep.
Our box is empty. Okay, Robert's getting his.
Perfect, Thomas.
Did I get it there?
You did. Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
Okay, it looks like...
Lexi says, enjoy, you worked hard for it to fix Ada. You know, I know there's still a lot of debate about AI usage, but you know, we had a moderator at one point who spent and he was a young guy learning programming, so he was dealing with new languages and everything else. But this was one of his side projects he worked on for 3 or 4 months to get this running. And after he left, he was going to university and everything else, and it stopped working after a while. And I was really sad because we really enjoyed having Ada's voice be a part of the stream. And so just a couple days ago, I needed the voice for something else, and so I went and asked ChatGPT, hey, could you build something for me? And basically it took like, while I'm sitting here doing my editing and everything else, took like 3 or 4 hours, and it has the whole system running. And that's it. And it was done. And I've done that a half dozen times with various little projects of just, hey, I need this thing. Can you make it? And ChatGPT just makes it. And it just works.
Yeah.
So that's the point that it's at right now.
And so we're unashamed to say that we use AI to help us to build things that we couldn't normally build or couldn't afford to pay to somebody to build.
Yeah.
So,
and I saw something, comment from, let me get the name right. Yeah, Linus Torvalds. Just wanted to make sure. Linux just put out a new big update.
okay.
And he mentioned that that Linux is progressing faster than it ever has in the past, mostly due to AI generated code that's being put into Linux. And he said at this point they're still doing manual reviews on everything.
Of course. You
But
have to do that.
he says it's very quickly getting to the point where it's just not going to be possible. He says there's just the quantity of code, how fast it's going. You're just, after a bit, you're going to be depending on AI code or AI to test AI code. And that's just it. And he says as long as they can stay ahead of things, it's all right. But, it's scary, but also massive opportunity.
Massive opportunity. Yep.
So, yeah.
Yep. That
Hey,
is
Mark.
just incredibly cool. Hey, Mark. Appreciate.
And Shazbot Gamer just donated 100 bits.
Okay.
First time chat as well, saying, "Hey Doc, been watching you a bit. Love seeing your shorts pop up in my feed. Keep doing what you're doing."
We'll do. We will do. All righty.
Lexi says, "We can't change the AI systems being built, and being there, you can fight against it. But like the mobile phone, in the end, you'll end up with one."
Yeah.
Oh, the other report I saw, Doc, is that Google is having a massive downswing in their number of internet searches.
Oh, of course. I very seldom use Google to search now because I get an AI that searches so fast and compiles all the answers and searches not just other internet sources, but searches, Reddit and searches, all kinds of different places for information.
Now, I do think Google kind of deserves it too, because there was a time before when search engine was there to just search for other websites. And then Google went like, "But wait, why should we send them to Wikipedia when we could just scrape all of Wikipedia and present it ourselves?" And that killed so many small websites because you never got their traffic. And then Google just took the information, presenting it of its own. And now AI is doing the exact same thing to Google, what Google did to other people. So,
Yeah. Yeah. Technology advances. And there's always people who are affected by technology, and that's just a matter of keeping up. A lot of businesses are gonna either continue to innovate, or suffer decreased.
Doc, you saw it.
What?
Well,
No building conveyors, you can forfeit.
you could either no conveyors or factory car. But I tell you what, Dad, we're gonna have to roll this over to next week.
Yeah.
Because it is unfortunately, time to end the stream.
Yeah, it is. There
So
isn't.
we will hold that timer,
Okay.
and
I start with a no conveyors timer at the beginning of next.
for a half hour.
No conveyors for. Okay.
Well, I tell you what, we'll take you back to the office,
Okay.
and I think we actually have somebody we can raid.
Oh, good. Please, let's
So,
do raid.
While
Let's
you
do
catch
raid.
up on chat.
Now, do remember, ping players. You're going to see more from ping players in the coming future. They have a lot of different servers out there. By the way, they are expanding incredibly fast. They're expanding so fast that they've changed community managers for our Satisfactory community. Because the other guy was too overloaded doing other things they were throwing at him. So we have a new community manager for us. And that's fine. It's working out just fine. And they still have produced well. Hopefully they keep up with the server technology as it needs to be more robust and as it grows. But so far, so good. We have gotten to the point of taxing the server and getting it to where we use about 99% of the memory that we allot to that server. And just actually CPU, both CPU and memory constraints. And now we can't impact the CPU. We can't add more CPUs to our channel, to our servers. But so far we have put it to the limits. That's right. We have taxed it very hard. So use Doc 35 if you want to play with your friends. Get 35% off, and enjoy and come play with your friends too. So it is time to go. Other things for us to do. We're going to raid DS Jeezy this morning, and so hating AI won't make memory any cheaper. All right, let's go to the raid. And have you posted it in YouTube? If they want to go see,
as soon as I hit the raid now button, I will.
Yep,
So,
let's go raid now.
okay. Thanks,
Bigger,
everyone.
build a bigger PC, Doc. Yep.